team's gold laner just wants to farm, then he'll just farm as well. He wants to wait for his item power spikes too. Because remember, there's no urgency for Emon. He has a Cho. He can just play slow.
I am not the only
So that's why Phobius becomes the choice of ban here from the side of Bigatron. Na'Vi now. Do they want to secure a hero for the gold lane? Or do they want a hero? Well, it's still Flex.
I think they can open the gold lane
Jungle or
here. I
EXP?
think they should open the gold lane,
I agree.
leave the Lucas up to Flex.
What's the choice against the Beatrix?
I think the Irithel is a good choice.
Ah.
Irithel, Bruno, those two options are very, very good.
Can we not see Brody? When is Brody gonna pop up?
Not against a Cho. I would love to see a Brody, but this ain't the game.
But can't Brody go Purify?
No.
Oh, he
that's the
can.
thing.
He goes
Yeah.
Flicker. You're right. Okay. So Bruno comes up. One of the other heroes that Shive has played this season. The rest of it has been banned out, so that's the choice he makes.
Bruno. Safe choice. He can bring the Purify. Now BTR gonna go for the picks. Maria, Cho, Beatrix, and Suyo. They need a mid laner and an XP laner. I think the CC is a good shout here, going up against the Lucas, going up against the Jawhead as well. But they will just go for the glue for Mr. Luke. And in the mid lane, is it safe to go for something like a Vex, or do they want to play it a bit differently? They can go for more CC with Vex. With Aurora, it's another combination together with the Cho, so it adds value to the Cho pick.
For Moreno though,
If they want to take risks.
Valentina, Sicilian,
Yeah.
Farsa is an option.
Oh, maybe
Wow.
not too risky. Maybe the Farsa is nothing compared to the Selena, and it's true. Selena definitely way more risky. I'm not a fan of this pick on Yehezkiel.
What was the
That's-
win rate earlier?
Horrible, horrible win rate.
Pretty
I think Yehezkiel has won on it once. He's picked it 4 times. Hey, three times? 4 times, 4 times.
4 times.
More kill threat though, right? With Cho and Selena combined together.
It
Whole combo.
really depends on how accurate Moreno can be with the Abyssal arrows.
It's really forcing Bruno to be on a Purify though with the Selena and the Cho. Luoi, asking Luoi the question, do you want to go Purify? And I do believe that is a safe route. But now, Lucas, EXP or Jungle? It's going to be answered here.
XP and go Joy, I think.
Oh,
They go CC
EXP, Lucas Jungler.
All right, that's the... No, it's not. He has picked it up. Lucas Jungle.
It's an interesting one, the CC. Going up against the glue, sure. Obviously, you do have the winning lane there. But against the others, I think CC is quite vulnerable to the pickoff of Cho, Selena. And especially later on when it's combo with the Beatrix, right? So,
Yeah.
Cars has got a lot of skill shots.
If anyone can do it, he can though.
Let's see, right. A good thing though, the jungle will, especially after level 4, has a lot of immunities. So, right, dodging Cho, dodging the arrows, should be easier.
Let's see if it's going to be easier, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into the Land of Dawn for our first game in this best-of-3 series. Bigatron currently struggling to maintain their standing outside of the red zone. Can they stay out, or will this be the moment that Na'Vi proves otherwise? Let's head over inside game number 1.
Let's take a look at the emblems quickly here. X-Magic with the Lethal Ignition. Moreno doing the same thing with the Lethal Ignition. And man, killing spree on the Beatrix. Not the QC that we are used to seeing for the Beatrix for the additional sustain. So this is, again, I think going to be a safer version of Eman's Beatrix in the lane, at least. He's not going to be trading too much because he doesn't have that QC. Shive will have the sustain advantage. But wow, surprisingly, Luke winning out level 1.
Alright, Eman, meanwhile, in the top lane, again, trading really well. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we're already seeing a little bit of pressure coming in from both of these teams. Technically, a Cho can clear and help clear the lane against the Luo Yi alongside with the Selena. As we take into... Wait a second, Light?
Good for an opening here. Possible engage. Just a knock up here and there, but nothing too fancy just yet.
Ooh, so it's not just the killing spree, it's the pull yourself together too for Eman. Wants to have the flicker up a lot more. And by the way, this is not only flicker, right? For the pull yourself together, it's also the equipment cooldown. Moreno, good poke.
Poke towards Hanafi. Again, both teams just poking it around here, perhaps especially before the turtle.
Hey, right now Moreno should be able to have an impact. That's one of the beauties of the Selena, right? Pre-level 4 already being able to dish out the damage, but I guess the same can be said for X Magic on the Luo Yi. Meanwhile, we are taking a look at the talent prediction now by GoPay. It looks like a unanimous vote for Bigatron, unfortunately for Na'Vi today.
Yeah.
Wow. It's going to be an opening here in the mid lane. That's a Purify on towards X Magic. Good stun. Moreno, though, will claim first blood. With the Flicker, he will not survive. That's a trade. And that's going to be Luke caught in the crossfire as well. 2 kills for Na'Vi.
You'd think that that was a really great opening created by Moreno, but trading it for 2 members and now giving over, technically conceding the turtle over to Na'Vi. Not the greatest of starts. It looks like Light was looking for a steal, wasn't able to get it either, and now he's the one getting caught.
Again, without doing what we were talking about, shifting their prio into the gold lane, they've already kind of won it out. They've won out the trio mid battle, and they're winning up top as well. Because again, it's a killing spree, plus pull yourself together. It's a very safe version of Eman's B-Tricks that will be relying on the Cho, relying on the team fights to get gold. I mean, to actually snowball.
Speaking of snowballing, that audience prediction, 72% in favor of the red robots. So if Na'Vi pull out a win here, that's a huge upset, not just to the caster prediction, but also the audience votes as well. So it's a wonder, why did Moreno opt for the Selena here? You can see them having difficulty with the priority in the mid-trio that usually Bigatron want to work around with.
Supple will force. Will force to use the Flicker. That's a good cover, though. Light flickers out. Oh, Way of Dragon just to get more space. That is Light surviving. Barely. Luke, though, engaging in the mid lane, and Na'Vi will say no this time.
That was really great cover by Eman.
Yeah, really, really good cover there. Shooting out that Bennett's Rage, and he has actually gone for the Sea Halberd 2 as the first item for Eman. Understanding that Na'Vi have a bit of sustain to play with, obviously with the Lucas plus the CC. Going for the Sea Halberd again, relying on the setups from the team, and he's just gonna have to try to burst these tanky boys. Because the thing is, X Magic and Shiva have brought Purify, so he's not gonna be targeting the backliners a lot. He's just gonna be going front to back.
So he's prioritizing his presence in the team fight more than the laning phase. This might signal Bigatron wanna... This is it, right? The setup for the neutral objective. Let's see if they're able to get it.
That's Luke initiating with 3 men immobilized out of claiming the turtle. But the fight will go on. Chive finds one in the back lane. It's going to be Cars, who is isolated. He's trying to move, but the arrow will caught him and he will go down. That is a Bigatron winning, though. Na'Vi struggling to find compensation.
Okay, so now we're seeing the clapback coming in from Bigatron. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but luckily Annabelle was still able to get the turtle. Aether is actually falling behind in terms of the farm as well. Why?
It's just Lucas in the jungle. The clear speed isn't really the best. You want to usually get the control of the neutral objectives to get a full snowball and to get a lead in that jungle. But against the Suyo, someone with so much more mobility, someone who clears just as fast as the Lucas, or even faster, I would say, yeah, this is what we're going to be seeing. Annabelle, great pathing to continuously be ahead, especially with that turtle take. Now it's level on the board for the turtles.
Well done, team.
Level 9 right now, compared to Aether at level 8. It looks like Hanafi is in the vicinity. He does have his ult, so are they looking for perhaps a pickoff? I don't think they're going to be able to get it. Light is always lurking around. Meanwhile, Kars, once again, he's being very active on the CC. Sure, the impact isn't as in your face, but he's sitting at a 2-1-1 KDA. He's doing work for his team.
Definitely. And we can see Annabelle here playing for the side lanes already. Once we get to minute number 5, the jungler won't have, you know, the gold reduction, XP reduction in the side lanes, and the XP becomes a second roamer at that point. Especially when you have Luke playing the glue, not the carry picks like the CC damage dealing picks. So Suyo will be taking bot, and Man will be soaking in the gold up top, and they're just going to be playing for that power spike. Second item, Melfic Gun. Sea Halberd, Melfic Gun, and Man.
See, this is not the usual build that we're used to seeing from the Beatrix, right?
Nope.
Usually it's what, BOD
Yeah.
first?
It's usually, if it's not BOD first, it's BOD second for Eman, right? Because we have seen him go for Sea Halberd, BOD.
Whoa! Stoppable force ejector on towards Eman. No follow-up though. That's the cover of the Way of the Dragon. Hanafi goes down alongside Cars. Shive trying to give damage for his team, and Moreno will fall to the hands of Aether. 4v3 now. Still, Bigatron a man up. Now they're going for potential engage. That's gonna be X-Magic to lead it alongside Aether. Bigatron finding the right calls, pressing the right buttons, and that is Bigatron controlling the game.
Absolutely. It looks like Luke is actually letting. That's their own. That's their own.
That's Navi's.
Battle emote, right?
Oh, we have Dragon again on towards Hanafi. Deleted again. Navi now trying to lose. They're just losing control.
Absolutely. 3.9k gold now for Bigatron.
no wonder.
Oh no!
The arrow connects. Amon takes the kill. And now 5k almost gold lead already in hand.
And now we're seeing the beauty of the abyssal arrows again hitting over. Luke still being a nuisance. Are they still gonna go for this? Moreno's still aggressing over into Navi.
Seems like Luke will be ejected though this time. Isolated and taken down. Navi finding one. Aether though receiving a lot of damage. That's Beatrix again finding the right calls. He will take the kill. Light barely survives, but he's a-okay.
And they're utilizing the chaos.
At some point, Eman gets a Sky Piercer, by the way. Finally gets the shot, takes it down. He's sitting at 305. So going back to Eman here, Mirko, what do you think about this build? Why do you think he went for this in this exact order?
So it's exactly what we said in the draft as well, right? When we saw the Beatrix, then we saw the Cho, we're like, all right, so there's no urgency for Beatrix to win lane, for Beatrix to snowball early. It's all up to the team and up to Light to actually feed him kills. That's why he has gone for a very aggressive build. See Halberd, Melfic Gun, plus Sky Piercer. I thought this was a safer build with a Seal Halberd plus Melfic Gun, playing for the utility, playing for the range, but then we see the Sky Piercer, and that's why he didn't go for the BOD. He knows he's going to get killed. He knows the team has got his back when it comes to these team fights, and all he needs to do is now get like 2 more hits. He picked that up before he got 2 kills earlier, by the way. So he's sitting at 2 stacks, 20 Sky Piercer stacks.
And so far, Moreno has done a really great job.
Oh my goodness! Hamon instantly deletes a member of Navi. And Navi, what, almost minute 10 here. They can't really find an angle to find either a winning fight, a winning trade. It's just Shive trying, give Shive a lot of farm.
Oh,
The awkward opening, good cover, same story. Hanafi goes down for the 4th time this game.
2-for-0 trade. Ladies and gentlemen, this combination between the Beatrix and the Selena is kind of gross, right? If Moreno finds an abyssal arrow that hits, you know for sure Eman is going to follow that up. Even if he misses, there's still Light to worry about.
That's his 4th item. Oh, Moreno gets an arrow. But that's Eman's 4th item, a BOD at the 10th minute. He hasn't even completed his boots. He doesn't care about mobility.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
No mobility, and perhaps with this lead, they might actually close out the game. Aether very low, needs to back away. But Bigatron again, they're taking it slow. They know they don't have to force anything just yet.
Aether is taking so much damage just from Eman alone. 505 KDA. This is why, when we're talking about gold laners in Indonesia right now, Eman, bro, I'd say top 2. With how brilliant he is, not just in micro,
Who's your number 1?
but also his itemization. There's an argument to be made, top 2.
Number 1.
Fair enough.
Number 1. Yeah, okay. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just so well played again. The way that they understand as well. By the way, Beatrix has been adjusted. It's kind of a buff. So now there are some changes to Nibiru, some changes to Wesker as well. It'll allow you to basically deal more damage. That's the gist of it, right? Because the adjustment is kind of complicated if you want to go through it. They adjusted the damage, but then they increased the amount of attacks you can go. Basically, you deal more damage overall, right? And here with the Sky Piercer, that's 4 stacks for Eman. It's just crazy how they just played this game all the way from the draft as well. We were talking about the one-dimensional BTR, and we see it again, but in a non-conventional way. It's hidden this time, like the one-dimensional pick. The Selena also just acts as a support to Eman, constantly giving putting traps down, getting vision, so there's no angle of attack against the Lo Yi. It's also the pick that we see a lot in MPL PH when they are up against Lo Yi. The Selena traps stop a lot of the diversion ambushes.
Oh, you're right. There's a Lo Yi in this game.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. X-Magic hasn't been able to find a big diversion. And technically... So, do you think it's because of the Selena hindrance, or it's just him being a little bit too passive?
I think it's both. I think for X-Magic, there's really no angle of attack right now. Unfortunately, when you are behind on a Lo Yi, this is the reality of the game. You are kind of useless as a Lo Yi that is 9,000 gold behind. You really need to at least stay even for the Lo Yi to look for these ambushes, because especially when it's 9,000 gold ahead for the enemy team, your diversions will deal more harm than good for your team.
We've seen that happen a lot, actually. Diversion play doesn't work out, and oh, Hanapi though.
Still flicker. And a simple response from Light. Wow. That is actually wild. And now V, their odds are slowly decreasing, but no, this time he might actually
diversion.
Man off guard with unstoppable force, but simple flicker yet again. Cards from a different angle though. The way of Dragon is there. Amon gets shut down, and that's gonna be Na'Vi finding a win. That's gonna be Luke trading 1-for-1, but now Luke will sacrifice his life for the Lord, and potentially he might escape. So, from another angle, Na'Vi will deal a lot of damage on towards the Light, and that will be the ball killing him. That's gonna be Luke already mounting X-Magic, and Selena is there to kill him. That's gonna be Bigatron again, still on the tempo.
Even after that, great diversion, getting Eman, BTR somehow recovered. Eman was able to flicker out. That's the tenacity boost that he got again. The tough boots grants you a way to actually escape from the Unstoppable Force plus Ejector combo. You get hit by the Unstoppable Force, you can flicker out to safety, and now he's back up again. He did lose a couple of stacks there from the Sky Piercer with the death, but everything is still going A-okay for BTR.
Okay, Wind of Nature now bought for Eman to prevent something similar from happening. The Lord is still pushing right now. Moreno looking for an opportunity.
They surely have enough firepower to close the game. Hanafi almost taken down there. Good response for now, but the Lord should be their main priority. Now, Bigatron looking left and right to destroy the remaining towers, but yet looking for an opening, perhaps for Bigatron. Na'Vi though, good response here, good recovery at least. Top lane though, they will try to defend. Luke receiving a lot of damage. Hanafi as well has their mortality, will be taken down. Luke though will be deleted. Now Na'Vi trying to recollect and restabilize, and they will. Bigatron will back off.
They lose all 3 inhibitor turrets though. Sure, they defend, but they lose all 3. So all of these 3 lanes will be pushing in favor of Bigatron. And you can kind of see the priority that Bigatron had, right? Eman was just more focused on getting the inhibitor turrets more so than dealing out the kills. But as soon as the inhibitor turrets were all down, Na'Vi had to dodge so many skill shots.
Yep.
It was a dance party.
It really is. It's a mini game, right? There's so many skill shots for you to deal with, and by the time you can get an engage, you're already so low. And then the Sky Piercer will do what we saw earlier. Wind of Nature picked up, and this is also why they went, Eman went pull yourself together. You get the 12 plus 8 stacks maximum to a 20% capped cooldown reduction on your battle spell, but also on your equipment. So his Wind of Nature is going to be back up quickly, very quick, way quicker than usual, plus the flicker too. So more ways for him to escape from a Na'Vi ambush.
Speaking of a Na'Vi ambush, it was actually inhibited earlier on, just a few seconds ago, because of the traps again. So it's not just the Lo Yi that's having difficulty or finding difficulty, but also the rest of the team looking for opportunities. The map pressure that Selena has been one of the main factors of Na'Vi being unable to find an opportunity. And now Annabelle level 15, Aether is finally at the same level. So could we be looking at a potential steal this time around?
I think it's do or die. Desperate play here, right? For the side of Na'Vi. They will try to contest this, but the Selena skin is fired. Oh, that's an opening wave. Dragon card goes down. down. That's going to be the Lord as well, taken by Annabelle. Now, Bigatron, they will shift their focus on towards the fight. Aether in the front side will escape though. Hanafi flickers out of danger. X-Magic mounted. That's going to be X-Magic surviving. Looking for the diversion play, but Amon will snipe Aether down. That's going to be Hanafi next, claiming the double. And Bigatron, they will close out first game with a clean and solid opening, ladies and gentlemen. And now V will suffer defeat.
There was no chance at that point, right? 9k gold lead. Sure, it went to the 17th minute, but it didn't feel like Na'Vi had any tools for them to work with in that game.
Yeah. The tools that they had were... that's why I really didn't like the CC, because the CC plays into what Bigatron wanted to do. You needed a bit more... like, you needed a gap closer that could force them to disperse. You needed someone to just walk up. That's why I expected the Joy together with the Lucas. Lucas creating the initial, chaotic engage for the Joy to come in and try to clean up. But with the CC, once you jump in, there's really not much counterplay against that much CC from a Glue, a Selena, a Cho, a Suyo. It was the Beatrix the only one who didn't have CC in that lineup. And you saw again, Cars try to walk up a couple of times there. Aether wasn't really able to go in. Again, in the XP, we're going to be expecting CC heavy Luke. It might be another Glue here, honestly.
Luke makes sense, but now V, they need...
should be Bruno again. Bruno Irithel, right? Like,
Bruno,
there's no other choice.
Irithel. I think this time go Irithel, right? You want more, perhaps more like... yeah, more space to play with, right? You can move around while dealing damage and with less CC. And against the Eve, right? In your face, I think movement, mobility will be crucial.
But there's just so many things that the Irithel has to deal with too, right? Because technically in these team fights, if the real world manipulation gets popped up, at least as an Irithel, you can kind of maneuver out, but you don't have a clear cut unless you use your ult to get out of it, right? And then you have to worry about Jawhead, and then you have to worry about the Nolan. So how do Bigatron close this out? All they need is just an EXP laner. Phoveus is still an option.
Honestly, Lucas.
Oh, nice.
Good call there with the Lucas. There's no, it's just a full dive. Bigatron's composition. Usually with the Nolan Moskov, they want to play the macro game, but I think this game they might just go and brawl it out.
Yeah. I think they want to end things quick here. Second game. Game 1, it was 17 minutes. I expect less in game 2.
Okay, we'll see. Will this game end under 17 minutes in favor of Bigatron? It looks like the drafts and the composition that have been set in stone for Bigatron does make a lot more sense as well, especially in the early games. So Selena is also going to need a little bit more time to get to the power spike. Meanwhile, Yves already going to be a huge nuisance, going to be able to clear a lot faster, alongside with the Jawhead as well. So we'll see how this pans out, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into the Land of Dawn for game number 2. Can Bigatron pull off a clean sweep against Na'Vi, giving Na'Vi a harder time to get themselves out of the red zone? Or can Na'Vi actually force a game number 3? Only time will tell. Let's head over to the Land of Dawn.
Land of Dawn, here we go, and let's see. Bigatron, they need a win to perhaps solidify themselves again in the standings, and Na'Vi still starving to take a win this season.
They're still sitting at a lose streak.
0 wins.
Week 3, this is the last chance for them to close things out on a light note. So I'm pretty sure Na'Vi wants to give it all they got. We can see Cars trying his best as well as we take a look into the emblems.
Yeah. Again from Annabelle, this is something new for the Nolan. I think we saw him play the Lethal Ignition up against Evos. This is an Impure Rage choice he's gone for. So, looking for additional sustain to try to stay in the jungle for longer. I guess, again, playing the style that we were expecting. Going for farm and just power farming. Vitality, though, for Mr. Eman, plus the Master Assassin. Okay, so playing it safe, having a bit more HP, but wanting to get that lane dominance with the Master Assassin against this Irithel. As we see the pull yourself together for Moreno there for the help with the flicker and the new Inspire, plus a bit more mana regen.
I think she even knows. He's clearing the wave as slow as possible, making sure it ends up on his side. But wait a second, in the mid lane.
Good exchange, right? From X-Magic as well there. Nolan trying to sneak attack Na'Vi members, but they're still okay.
The concussive blast too, by the way, for Luke. So usually we see more like Brave Smites on this on the Lucas. Luke has gone for the concussive blast, so he's looking for Prio in the lane, looking to rotate quicker compared to the Badang to be more active. Light.
Good ejector, good stun, good follow-up here. Hanafi though, calmly flickers away, and that's gonna be Na'Vi initiating the turtle. Bigatron, what will they do to take over? Light has spent his flicker as well, so no surprise attack. Seems like Aether will have the upper hand. Good stun. Turtle goes to the side of Na'Vi. This time Light goes down. It's gonna be Bigatron again. Trying to respond, but X Magic with the flicker. He is safe in Aether. Luke going at it. Aether has a say this time. Oh my goodness. Quick rotation and Shive. Quick double kill for Na'Vi.
That felt a little forced by Bigatron, right? I mean, technically, Na'Vi already had the better setup. Bigatron didn't really have to commit over it, and in regards to Annabelle, he wasn't even in the best of positions, and he was also really low on health. So I think Bigatron wanted to look for a little bit of a trade back in terms of the kills, but Annabelle also kind of wasn't able to get that first shot in on the assassination, and so everything kind of went downhill from there. That was a 0-for-4 trade.
Yeah, 4-0, make it 5-0 with the turtle. It's a complete win for Na'Vi, and again for BTR, I agree with you. It was fully forced out. It didn't even look like Annabelle wanted to go for it. He was on the purple buff. Light was just hovering over, and they decide to fight while Annabelle hasn't gotten the angle to actually flank. So very, very forced. Ended up being Na'Vi who get the full wipe on everything around the turtle. Having also Shive getting 2 kills is massive. To get him into that power spike quickly, that usually is what stops the Irithel from taking control of the game against a Moskov. But now that he has 2 kills, he should be very comfortably ahead. Getting Haas Claws early plus the Berserker's Fury will mean that he'll be active way earlier than Eman.
So these are the winning conditions that we were talking about for Na'Vi, right? Best case scenario, neutral objective take wasn't as much of a priority, but the fact that they were able to get their hands on it is great. And again, like you mentioned, Shive being in the lead is also really great during these team fights. Meanwhile,
see here with that. Yes, oh my goodness, good follow-up. Aether securing that kill. That's gonna be another favorable trade for Na'Vi. Whilst the turtle is up.
5-0 in 4 minutes. So it's kind of a same story that we saw from game number 1, but Na'Vi looks so much more in control. Annabelle's actually a level below of Aether at the moment. I don't think he can go for a steal, so that's a free turtle given over once again to Na'Vi.
Full control. Oh, come on.
Be caught here, right? Good Raging Sandstorm, good follow-up. X Magic delivers the final blow. Ooh, a slight mismechanic there. That's a kill over for Amon.
Wow. Again, that was a Hanafi kind of miscommunicating with Shive, waiting for the waves there. Unfortunate stuff for Hanafi, but again, really, really good chain CC to go up against Eman, getting him down and shutting him down again. Doing what we expected them to do in game 1. Shutting down Eman, enabling their main win condition, which is Shive. And for BTR, they've lost the trio mid, they have lost now the gold pressure, or at least the gold lane that they had. Light.
See, alright. Oh, he will not be able to move. Na'Vi picks up another. That's gonna be Bigatron this time. Struggling to find trades.
There's so much focus into the gold lane again and again and again. It feels like Bigatron aren't learning from this. This looks like a good push from Shive in the top lane. Iman is trying his best to get those minions, but with Hanafi and Shive lurking there, I don't think he's going to be able to protect that turret.
Yeah, with the whole team rotating around the top lane, they have essentially shut down Iman, forcing him to really just take the scraps, you know, looking for the scraps of minions that he can find. He can't even rotate to the mid lane because, again, Na'Vi!
Oh, there's an opening by Cars. No follow-up though. Real world manipulation to respond. Oh, Luke goes down. Stoppable force here trying to do something. That's Annabelle from the flanks. The sneak attack works. That's a trade. X Magic goes down.
1-for-1 trade, but that's X Magic for Luke. And he was sitting at 2-1-4 earlier on. I gotta ask, Miracle, what's up with Bigatron?
I mean, with a lead like this, Na'Vi shouldn't be giving out 1-for-1 trades like that. Bigatron actually, that was a winning fight for them. Getting the trade 1-for-1 is good for the losing team. Navi's got to be a bit more clinical here. They have the objective, they have the control, they should just play for it.
Gonna be the perfect turtle looking like for Aether. Luke though will zone him out. Take a look at Hanafi here. Receiving a lot of damage. It's Magic deals the final blow on towards Luke. Top lane though, it's a free lane for Amon. And that's gonna be Na'Vi though, still leading 3K.
But that's some compensation that Eman finally gets, right? And it should give him a little bit more gold to work with. If we're talking about Eman and his items, how are we looking?
Eman and his items still pretty behind, especially compared to the Irithel here. He's actually almost 1,000 gold behind of Shive. Shive's at 6K. He already has the power spike that we were talking about, the Berserker's Fury plus the Haz Claws. So very, very far behind Eman right now. Eman needs to get the DHS before he's online. Shive is already online now, so BTR shouldn't really be going for those fights. Luke has been forced in a lot of those skirmishes, even though I think it was unnecessary. 0-4 and 1 currently Luke, with technically no counters on the other side, right? We expect Lucas to go 0-4 up against Fallon, CC Phovius maybe, but this has been a pretty bad game for Mr. Luke on Lucas.
I guess maybe he's looking for opportunities for Bigatron. It's a little similar. Would you call it a mistake? The way that they play, a little too aggressive maybe from Luke, especially being so far behind. Very similar to Nino, I think, yesterday in Alter Ego's match. Maybe that's just an EXP laner thing?
Yeah, I don't know, because Mr. Nino played on the Hilda. He did play a Lucas game too. On the Lucas he wasn't 0-4. On the Hilda he was, but that's the Hilda.
Yep.
You want to go in, just be a distraction for Lucas. You want to stay in the fight for a bit longer. You want to be a bit more active in this fight, you know? So right now, BTR have to fall back to the second plan that they have, which is play for late game. And even then, if they do play for late game, X-Magic is going to continue to scale. Jawhead is going to fall off quite a bit. Annabelle, it's going to be very tough for him to look for the assassinations here as we get to the later stage of the game. This is more of a snowball pick as well. But at least for BTR, the one glimmer of hope is they have better macro. With Nolan, with Moskov, they'll have better side control. But other than that, I think it's a Na'Vi win.
But remember the last time Bigatron met Sicilian. I think Goni remembers.
Suds!
So Aether level 14 right now. Annabelle is actually a level below. Na'Vi very quick. I think we're gonna burst this down.
Wow.
No steal should happen, right?
Chido looking for a possible angle here with the conceal light though. Will not engage more. Top lane is still Amon lane. It's gonna be Na'Vi now, perhaps pulling the trigger. That's gonna be the stun on towards Moreno. He goes down, but the Lord goes to Annabelle. X-Magic collects a double, but Bigatron, they have the objective loop now isolated. It's gonna be Aether though, looking for an impossible angle kill. He will get the Mega, but they need to deal with the Lord.
Whoa, Annabelle gets the Lord. He was a level below as well. What happened to Aether?
Aether wasn't able to, it was just a pure 50-50. Annabelle walked in, Aether did too. I think it was Luke as well,
Yeah, Luke.
CCing Aether, so he wasn't able to really get that free space to go for the Red Tree plus Soul Sever, which is unfortunate for Na'Vi. But even then, BTR looked completely miscoordinated. Wow, again, Aether losing on that 50-50. Annabelle winning the Red Tree battle on the purple buff. Now though, Eman has gotten the 3-item power spike. Very late in Eman with, I mean, considering it's Eman standards of getting the 3-item power spike. But in that team fight, yeah, very messy from BTR too. They got that because Annabelle got the Red Tree plus Luke, but again, the back line, Moreno was basically picked off. Light still tried to save her, tried to save Mr. Moreno. That moment, he knocked Shive all the way back. But yeah, I think they gotta fix these communication issues, man. For Na'Vi, they have to make the decisive move. They had a 1-level lead on Annabelle, and Man was up top. They had to make a move on the Lord, but they reset it. They gave BTR an opportunity to contest it.
And so Bigatron was also able to get some compensation, right? They got a turret in the top side as well. Really good trades coming in. Eman now. Okay, he knows that. Man, Hanafi could have gone for it. At least, I guess he doesn't have the information to go onto Eman earlier on, but again, now Eman with his power spike, that's another layer that Na'Vi now has to consider. Who's going to be able to take him down in the backline? Like we've seen Eman do. He's been able to turn situations around alone.
Yeah, I mean, considering the chaotic nature... Oh, wow, Hanafi.
Going in, and that's going to be the crowd control combo. X-Magic deals the kill. Eman goes down. Top lane, though, they need to be wary of this. Ooh, they're still focusing on towards Luke. Nolan grabs the base turret, surely. Oh, no. In time, just in time, Suyo comes up. But that's a win for Na'Vi.
That's it, right? That's what we were talking about. They just need to be able to find Eman in the backline, and considering he's on the Moskov and he doesn't go for the Purify, it should be much easier for him to get that. But props to Anavel being able to buy some time as well for Bigatron to recalibrate after losing Eman in that particular team fight. So Na'Vi needs to go and reset as the next Lord will spawn into the game.
Considering the chaotic nature of BTR's fights, Eman won't be in the backline on the Moskov, right? He wants to be in the fight as well, playing it playing with the spacing, not really with the positioning. And again, that's an angle for Na'Vi to go for the attack, which they did. They caught Eman, they saw him overextending against a Khalid, a Badang as well. They could go for the instant initiations. By the way, yeah, Eman. Wait, they're gonna go for the Lord first here, Na'Vi.
I think this time they should pull the trigger early. Again, crowd control, very good. Luke and Light goes down. Anavel will not find an angle this time. The Lord will go to the hands of Na'Vi. And Bigatron, they have to defend this.
And all Eman can do is clear in the bottom lane. He doesn't actually go for the recall. I think he hides into the bush for a safer position, but I think that was really wonderfully played by Na'Vi. I wonder what the stacks on X Magic is, because that back piece was dealing so much damage onto Luke.
Yeah, the stacks on X Magic should be up in the 200s by now, I think. He's 6-1 and 7. I would love to see, you know, the X Magic stacks right now, but it's a siege happening.
See here, base third in the mid is going down. Lord will charge in the bottom side of the map though. Bigatron, how will they counter? Nolan clearing in the mid. So it's only 4 members. Hanafi engages. It's going to be Luke flickering out. Amando barely survives, and Light flickering away as well. He goes down no matter what. Lord taken care of with Bigatron. They have hold the fort, and they will defend another day.
That's still another amount of minions coming in.
Shive! He's a little bit too ambitious there, and he will be caught, and be taken down.
Now that's safe. Now it's finally safe. What is Eman planning here, though?
They saw X Magic. They popped in the Magic Sentry, so they saw where X Magic is. He's running all the way back. Eman won't be able to catch him, but a sigh of relief, at least for BTR there.
That was so close. That was so close, and it feels very typical of Anavel to always be outside when this type of siege happens against Bigatron. He was able to clear in the mid, sure, but that was a lot of time as well spent on getting the enemy buffs and jungle.
That's a stun on towards Moreno. Aether will burst him down. Aether very low, is able to dodge away, but Light almost says no. X Magic gets the monster. X Magic wants to double as well, as Light is isolated, and Cars will be there to deny that rotation. Eman versus everybody. It's gonna be Eman here trying to find a connection. Nolan though in the mid bush as well. That's Eman slowly distracting. Oh, that's a 1v1 in the mid. Anavel versus Aether. This time it's gotta be Aether. And Na'Vi says no for a clean sweep, ladies and gentlemen. Can Eman defend? It seems like no. And Na'Vi will take us to game 3.
GG Na'Vi! Against all odds, they are able to get this kind of game against Bigatron. Na'Vi are number 9 on the standings right now.
They got the dub. They got the first turtle. Snowballed out of control out of that one. 4-0, 5-0 at the start. And then they just steamroll BTR, who kept on brawling, kept on fighting. Eman and Anavel trying their best to play with the side control, but it did not matter because everybody else wanted to fight. You have 2 members wanting to play side lane, everybody else wanting to fight. Aether, Shivik, Cars, X Magic, and Hanafi just took control. 3v5, always winning it out. And then, and it's a throwback. Terizla debut pick for Terizla. We haven't seen Terizla at all, but this definitely fits, you know, Luke's playbook a bit more.
What do you think of this?
Meta. it's literally just comfort over meta. Terizla, Beatrix, Cho.
How does it lane?
Depends what we see. I think it should be up against Badang.
Badang.
Terizla should be able to actually win out at the early levels. But again, once the Badang gets a Thunderbelt, in these team fights, it's a battle of who dives better. Terizla will be trying his best to lock Sicilian down. Also lock in Suyo down. That's another layer of CC for Mr. Terizla. For Na'Vi, gold lane, Bruno, Irithel, both works.
Okay. Bruno or Irithel? Bruno, so he's going to his comfort as well for Shive. And last time, the Sicilian actually didn't go for Purify. So I'm wondering now with the addition of Luke on the Terizla, will he now be able to bring the Purify? I think X-Magic wanted to go for Flicker a little bit more aggressive gameplay as well.
I think his performance on the Flicker was immaculate, and I do believe he can also deliver whilst on the Purify. Let's see though, what will be the decision be? Game 3, let's get it on.
Debut Terizla. Another hero, week number 3 that we finally get to see being played on a professional level. But the question is it the right answer to prevent BTR, the red robots, from sinking into the red zone? Will it be BTR number 7? Or will Na'Vi finally be able to find a win in their lose streaks? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the final game in this best of 3 between Bigatron and Na'Vi.
Ding, 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 ring the bells. Game 3, here we go.
Same build for Eman, this time with the killing spree. Brave Smite for Terizla, for Luke in the XP lane. And you can see here, he's trying to get that lane control. You have to remember that the last time we saw Terizla, or last time we saw him in the patch, was the nerf on the damage reduction, so he's not going to be as tanky. And also, skill 2 cooldown. Once he uses that skill 2, it'll be very tough, and you can see already early. Yep. Moreno getting poked by X-Magic.
You know, I'm wondering whether or not this is actually a comfort hero for X-Magic, because the way he plays the Sicilian in the early game, there's already so much impact with it. Oh, Eman?
The early exchange here from side of Na'Vi, very, very aggressive, and that will force Light and Eman actually to, again, just back away. Hanafi applying pressure here. Aether is also hovering in the area, and that's going to be early gold picked up for the side of Na'Vi.
Okay, Eman still gets that last minion in, so it's not too much of a hassle onto him, but you can already see the output and the impact that Na'Vi can have in this early game to pressure Eman out of his lane once again.
Here as well, just a battle of clear at this point for Luke, wanting to get level 4 to set up for the first neutral objective. This is going to be a big one, folks. The first neutral objective, 51-49.
Wow.
Audience prediction. But yeah, both teams want to contest this first neutral objective. And if they don't, if BTR, especially BTR, because they have a Valen, Na'Vi can actually scale.
Okay, there's a lot of trading damage here. Luke's gonna get caught really low. That's gonna force a recall. Na'Vi should have that information and should be able to start this turtle first again. So game number 1, game number 2, game number 3 too.
Yeah, it seems like more bodies here forward side of Na'Vi. In the turtle pit, should be Aether collecting the first turtle. Yeah, no compensation whatsoever here for the red robots.
But at least they don't force something that they weren't ready for, like in game number 2, right? So that's the adjustment already being made by the red robots, and now they need to look for something else across the board. If they can't find these, oh, wait a second.
Oh, Hanafi again pressing the right buttons. Flicker is away though, because Moreno is in the area. Good timing on the heal. X-Magic, not enough damage just yet. Annabelle though, looking for a kill with Light. Hanafi goes down, and that's a first blood for the red robots.
First blood, they get something back. But again, it's just Hanafi, right? They get a bit more gold back. Light? No, it should just be to relieve pressure off of Eman. And again, for BTR, then they're going to have to play for Eman. And I guess Annabelle as well. But Annabelle is a bit harder to play with, right? Because Na'Vi have so much CC. Even if Annabelle walks up, Aether will be able to lock him down. Same goes for Hanafi and Cars, especially on the Badang. Flicker. Good Flicker.
Oh wait, X-Magic doesn't go for Purify again. So that's something that can be capitalized in the later stage of the game by Bigatron. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Luke just walks out of that. and he's going to be A-okay. And apparently Iman is going for the exact same build.
See Halberd first into the Melfic gun, I believe, but I think he might not be able to go for the Sky Piercer. It's a bit too risky now in this game. It's not the lead that we saw in game 1.
Whoa. On towards a member there, and that is already a good response from the side of Na'Vi.
Oh, Hanafi on Iman again.
Whoa! Oh, another pickoff potentially. But Iman will be able to go home safely, like providing damage there. Enough damage to just back Hanafi back.
I guess that's the new message, right? That's the new mission. Mr. Hanafi, all you need to do is now just hold on to Iman, chain him up as best as you can. And we've seen Iman being unable to get into his team fights light. However,
Bigatron this time will have more say! Cars denies Moreno, but Moreno quick to respond. Cars though finds the kill. Bigatron now in the turtle pit trying to find the neutral. It's gonna be Aether collecting it still. Aether trying to die, not to die, and he will fall as well. Hanafi flickers on towards Annabelle. No follow-up. Na'Vi still 1,000 gold did it in their pocket.
2-for-1 trade, but Na'Vi pick up the turtle. Who do you think that was worth it for?
Na'Vi. All these equal trades are going to be worth it for Na'Vi. They have X-Magic on the Sicilian. He is scaling against BTR. Well, technically BTR are also going to be scaling, but I think for Na'Vi, if they stay even, that means BTR won't really be able to shred the front line of Na'Vi as fast as Na'Vi shreds the front line of BTR with their front to back, right? It's Bruno plus Sicilian. So as long as they keep this lead at 1K, even at no lead, as long as they're even, I think they have the easier comp to pull off. BTR have to look for so many creative angles. Again, this is what you get when you go for more comfort over meta, but that's the game that BTR chose to play.
And essentially, oh, wait a second. Luke?
He pulled, good stun. That's gonna be Luke here trying to reposition. Hanafi will not commit on towards the dive or the fight just yet, as Annabelle will try to sneak, find the turret. He does not want the 1v1 just yet.
So that's information that both jungles are actually in the bottom side of the map. Aether goes in for a recall. And earlier on, we saw that Moreno actually opted to go again for the Raging Sandstorm. How do you think Moreno has been in this game on the Valentina? Because technically there are not a lot of ults that can be utilized, in a sense.
Yeah, the only real ult to take is the Raging Sandstorm. Maybe you can go for Fist Crack, but it's more optional. I think the Raging Sandstorm is still the better choice, so he's going to be stuck on the Khalid ult for the most part. We won't be seeing him, venture off to a different ult for a while. Iman has the Melfic gun. And I guess, I'm not too sure if this is the power spike yet. Last time I think the Sky Piercer was when he really started to turn on in the game, but... Oh, kick.
Light Wave Dragon on towards Cars. He flickers out with a fist crack pop. Hanafi trying to find him on, and he will find the kill. It's going to be Annabelle, though, trying to find the trade. Gets its magic. That's the goal for the mid. Hanafi, again, being a constant nuisance. This time, he will be punished by Light. Na'Vi, though, they have their eyes set on towards the turtle, but Annabelle denies the newt.
Hanafi, despite getting taken down, he's already done his job, right? Iman once again, this time not even just zoned out of the team fight, but he was also taken down. So Iman right now, 0-1-1. He should be falling far behind Shiba at this point. But unfortunately for Na'Vi, it was Annabelle that was able to pick up that turtle.
Very difficult game to play here now for Iman. It's not like game 1 when they had so much CC to just, peel off of him. This time it's not a Suyo in the jungle. Firstly, it's a Joy. So he's more damage dealer than peeler compared to game number 1. That's why Iman was much more vulnerable. And again, Na'Vi have also made very good adaptations, picking up the Khalid. That's something that they didn't have in game 1. Something they could actually threaten the backline by diving in with the Raging Sandstorm and the Flicker. And this time, with the combined efforts of Aether, Kars, and Hanafi, they were able to catch Iman. Iman's on the way to a BOD, so as expected, not going to go for the Sky Piercer. Bit too risky in this game. It's a bit too 50-50. X-Magic is still scaling very, very well, despite that loss.
So that's the power spike that we're waiting for Iman, right? The BOD.
Yeah.
And on the other side, for the Bruno,
For the Bruno, he's already hit his power spike. It's a Berserker's Fury, Haasklaw's Berserkers. He gets online a bit earlier compared to Eman because Eman's items are pretty expensive, but also he's taken a very different route to the power spike. Usually it's BOD, Melfic Gun. Now it's Sea Halberd, Melfic Gun, BOD.
Seems like they want to fight here in the bottom side. Shiva very low. Annabelle secures the kill. Cowers will not be able to get away with the weight of Dragon connecting to him, and Annabelle collects the double.
Yeah, it's like you have your power spike, but what happens if you get taken down first? Shiva, the first one to fall in that exchange. That was really well played. A really good trade in for Bigatron too.
With these trades, little by little, building up to a 3K gold lead now for Team BTR. Mr. Annabelle, 4-0-2. He's really starting to get that jam on the Joy. Very different from yesterday, but look at the zoning from Luke.
I don't think they have an angle to take over, but the conceal though, it seems like Na'Vi wants some sauce. But Bigatron, they will call me, just deny it.
Yeah, they don't find it at all. I mean, technically, if they wanted to go in for the concealed play, that could have been disastrous too, because technically Luke has his ult up and ready to utilize the penalty zone. So if we cross back check before this Lord push, how are the items looking?
It's pretty good for oh, good shot there from Luke. He has the Anticuris building up to, I think, an Athena shield at this point. The Anticuris is great against Aether, against Cars as well. BOD still on the way for Eman. Right as I say it, he picks it up. So there you go. Now we are going to see some real damage. Whoever gets kicked should just die.
That's the problem. With only one Purify in the hands of Shive. And Hanafi's positioning.
He showed though, so Bigatron members, they know the whereabouts of Hanafi. Hanafi just trying to distract the formation. Lord, still okay in the bottom side.
He's looking for a keyboy moment. And that was against Bigatron too.
Yep.
Bigatron chased him all the way. They don't want to make the same mistake again though.
Oh, Luke with the flicker, penalty zone. But this time no follow-up, but the turret though still goes down. Na'Vi repositioning as the Lord is touching their bottom base. Hanafi, awkward positioning, Raging Sandstorm committed. But again, he is just there for the vibes. Bigatron will be able to take him down.
Yeah, that's a successful Lord defense, and technically it's as good as it could have gone for Na'Vi, right? They don't lose any inhibitor turrets, but there are still some waves that are crashing in the top lane and the bottom lane. And X-Magic should be able to defend.
Three-man Jet Kundo Cars almost taken down, but Annabelle will secure the kill as well as Shive. He collects the double, but he will fall as well as X-Magic will be able to claim that shutdown. Bigatron, they have yet to collect a base turret for now.
I think the sacrifice there was supposed to be for the base turret, but they forgot X-Magic was still there. That's a big shutdown, by the way. 7-0 bounty given over to X-Magic. Gives X-Magic a way to try to maybe pull the comeback off. It'll be back on the back of X-Magic and Shive if they are able to do so. But now BTR will play the slow game again. They'll wait for the Lord. And I don't think they'll be pushing in these waves. They want to try to suffocate X-Magic. Try to stop him, deny him from all gold and XP.
Right now, X-Magic is sitting at 1k gold lead as compared to the Valentina, right? So he is racking up the items. What is he on? Divine Glaive and Glowing Wand?
Yeah, Divine Glaive, Glowing Wand. He's on the way to Winter Crown. He just got it here, Winter Crown. So for X-Magic, he also has to pull yourself together. So he knew he was gonna need this Winter Crown. So far, he only has 3 stacks though. So he's not sitting at that full pull yourself together cooldown, which is 20%. He's currently sitting at actually just 15% cooldown, which is the previous pull yourself together base stat.
Okay, and speaking of, Aether now level 15, Annabelle level 15. They're both at equal levels in terms of resources. Everything is up except Light's Flicker. So that is something. Hanafi though, in his positioning, he's looking for Eman. Doesn't find him. Oh, this is a battle of the brains here.
Patience here seems like for the Na'Vi side as well. Bigatron also not pulling the trigger on the fight and the Lord.
Yeah, they have a slow push built in the bottom lane. That's a DHS 4th item for Eman. So now, even more damage is against these tanks. Whoever gets kicked again, this one should be another big power spike for him to actually look for the kill. Bottom lane still slow pushing. Navi has not sent anyone there. That's why BTR are hesitant to pull the trigger.
Nice positioning though. Very cheeky, right? From the west side. Oh my goodness, Cars finds one! But now Cars will be taken down by Light. Aether, very low, will be taken down. That's their jungler out of the game. And Amon will say not in our house as the land of Dawn is still his playground.
One tower crashes down, another to follow. Waves are pushing in, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is. Bigatron Alpha have successfully won this game against Navi, have successfully disallowed the red zone, red robots.
Navi still winless this season and against the red robots. They're programmed to win. And it seems like Navi will suffer another defeat.
Not the best show though for Bigatron there. Losing the game here means they're gonna still have to go back to the drawing books. It's not a good display even. It was one dominant game, I think. It was game number one. Even here, Turtle won very, very 50-50. It was constant 50-50s up until they won the 50-50. So for Bigatron, a lot to work on, but for now, they will celebrate with the Bigot Troopers here in the building. Navi, unfortunately, after getting the momentum of game two, after leaving the Fanny open, Bigatron did not take the bait. They did not take the Fanny bait. They stuck to what is, what is safer, I would say. The Fanny would be a good way to, try to win game three, but with a Badang still open, just too risky.
Initiate or even like provide cover for their formation. Geek fam, with this Gatot Kacha pick, what will they go for here?
Sand rises when I give the word.
Khalid taking it away technically, and also adding more artillery, right? Khalid, Woyi, similar to Jawhead and Loi, similar to Cho and Loi, you can go aggressive level 2.
So for RQ now, it'll be the Badang. Yeah, I actually expected the Badang for Geek Fam, for Gobs, but he has gone for the glue instead. Beloyski, this is pretty similar to the Cho, right? You have a lot of mobility. Survivability with CC, there's Val and Suyo, everybody can CC, so that's a different case, but at least he can escape, he can walk around the map, he's probably going to go for agility and Wilderness Blessing.
So it's going to be more information being able to be given over for the side of Geek. There's so much creativity, but there are layers to it. It's not going to be as clear cut. And there are lots of room for error. So I think it also depends on how RRQ want to execute their composition.
Well, let's find out and witness for game 1. Land of Dawn, Kingslayers again. Or, as this just said, will it be Geek Slayers? Let's watch and witness game numero 1.
100% win rate so far, ladies and gentlemen, for RRQ. And we're thinking if anyone can break that win streak, it should be Geek. Usually Geek takes a while to kind of recharge, not just in the season, but also in the games. But it feels like in 1, they're pulling all the arsenals that they got. Already very aggressive early on to Toy, and this is the exact aggression that we're expecting for Beloyski, who's on the Khalid.
Yeah, no flicker already for Toy here. Weakness finder, choice for Makis, Chidera with the QC. Sutsujin not going to go for the killing spree that we saw from Kyrie on the Suyo. Constant pressure from Beloyski down below. And yep, it is as predicted. Wilderness Blessing and Agility. He just wants to be everywhere on the map. He wants a screen to get the Moskov ahead.
So far, we'll see if it works out. So Tsujin gonna be unable to get that Lethal Wanderer. Other than that, there's a lot of tenacities on the board here for RRQ.
Too much. 3. It's different, by the way, the tenacity now, right? That's the change in the patch. It used to be, when you get low, you get more magic defense and physical defense. Now it's damage reduction, so it's even better, I would say, compared to the previous one. Once you get low, especially up against these, bursty targets, bursty heroes, a boy, Makits, they're going to be able to sustain a lot of the early game, win it out, and then look for the snowball.
Oh, Goni, talent prediction by Gopei.
Whoa!
Versus everyone. It's a papulong thing.
But I believe in Geek Fam, all right? I
2-0
believe
though?
in the Kingslayer moniker, so yeah, you know, perhaps.
You think it's going to be 2-0 though? Or
Hey, I predicted 2-0. I believe it's going to be 2-0.
That means
right?
it's 2-0, Mirko.
I thought it was, usually production error, like a rash.
There you can already see that RRQ are respecting the early game damage potential that Geek Fam has. But what's going on here?
A boy with the diversion and towards the bottom side. Toy! No flicker, he falls. Makeits says, hey, I don't need turtle. I just want kills.
Wait, RRQ. So they're going to be trading that for Toy's death. So RRQ will be able to get the neutral objective, but
Purple.
the purple will also go down.
It's all the setup for the Moskov. And I understand it. Again, when it comes to the early game, I don't really think they're going to be able to contest for the first turtle. They could, but they were already kind of late, and they have a Hanzo. It's not, the optimal hero to go for the contest for the first turtle. Maybe second turtle onwards, they can go for the contest. Right now, getting Chidera ahead is their main priority. Remember, every time Chidera plays on this Moskov, the gameplay is centered around side control, macro.
Meanwhile, 88% on audience prediction by Gopei. Not surprising. The kingdom is crazy. The kingdom is huge. They were even making emotions here in the MPL arena, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys want to experience atmosphere of MPL ID at its prime, come to an RQ game. And you will be able to experience it. Bloisky, meanwhile, still looking for information, giving visibility. That's a diversion play.
Oh, goodness, Makeits. A good trap set up by RRQ, and he will fall. A boy trying to deal damage desperately, but it's not going to be enough just yet. RRQ reclaiming controls. Early Toy, though, will fall the second time this game. So Geek Fam, they have a slight compensation. Chidera will not be able to escape, though. RRQ denies the trade. Even Rins with the flicker, aggressive play style shown by the Kings of Kings.
Now it's not so much compensation, right? Because initially you'd feel, okay, great, they're able to take down Toy, despite the diversion play made by Rins, but 2 men down, including Chidera, and if they're banking on Chidera as their sole win condition, it's not off to a great start for Geek.
Nope, not at all. Early on, that 1-for-1 trade turtle for kill was okay. I think it was actually better for them, but here, definitely not worth it. RQ, man, really well played. They noticed Geek Fam are looking for the gold lane always, so they try to match it. They just bullied Makeits, who did not get any below pressure. Gobs
though, with immobilization, good stun as well. RQ, are they okay? Oh, good AOG, but Subsidiary claims the newt again. He will fall though, but Geek Fam seems like they want to fight more. Now, with the diversion placed, RQ, they will escape. Ida, isolated and punished. Makeits will grab the extra gold.
So that is a good trade, right? Coming from Geek, 2 for a turtle, and the initial gold lead that RQ were holding on has completely been taken off the board.
Exactly. So Turtle 2 onwards, we were saying as well, right? When they can contest Turtle 2 onwards. Turtle 1, they have to give. That's why they went for the trade. And Turtle 2, RQ went for the all-in. They got the Turtle. They really didn't need to go for that fight. And they know Makeits is very healthy still. But they decided to take it. So one of the rare miscalculated moments for RQ here, Dyron.
It's a 1v1. Makeits going up against Dyron. It's going to be Makeits now. Untargetable. But it's going to be Dyron who solo kills Makeits. Oh no, wait. Not yet. There you go. Dyron finds his solo, and that is a killing spree to his name. Geek Fam trying to look at the possibilities in the map, but RQ denying it.
That took him long enough though. Almost really bad for RQ to lose that pressure into the side lane, but despite Geek losing Makeits, he does still have time to come back into the fray before the next turtle spawns. The problem is Sutsujin has a little bit more time over him in terms of that farm. Now diversion play.
On towards the bottom side. Chidera is not having a good time this past 3 minutes, and Toy will take the first turret in the game.
They have shut Moskov down. Again, through really smart steals from Rin, stealing the diversion away to utilize it as their own. And I gotta give props to this man right here, Mr. Dyron. Wow, 4-0-1. He's carrying RQ in this game.
Truly is.
He's around them. He's all over.
He's there again, right? I think Gob's trying to put him in his position, but I don't think he can at this point. So Tsujin already starting the turtle. Beloyski's ready to look for a position. I wonder if a boy's gonna do something about this.
Nakeds with the diversion play. Looking for the steal on towards the new. Gets it. Toy though now will be the main priority of Nakeds. Not enough damage just yet though. No casualty. Except for the turtle.
So Tsujin didn't use his retribution earlier.
Nope. POG, good flicker. But they will concede the mid turret, not yet. Good defense by Geek Fam. Ooh, SOD does not connect there. And it seems like Midkits might be able to grab a kill. 1 HP. Adok survives barely.
He gets away from dispersion. Oh, I thought they were gonna get an ambush again, but it's just to reposition. RQ doing so well to read it out. Hey, it's my goat. XPTR, by the way.
Ooh, you're right.
Hello.
Stephen H.
Stephen Age. He hasn't aged a single day since I last saw him.
And it looks like he's restreaming, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want to watch from a different viewpoint, you can watch on Stephen Age. He's usually live on YouTube. And is he spicy with his commentary?
Depends on the day, you know. I don't think he's that spicy today. I think he's pretty calm, tame.
Alright.
Ooh,
AOG, a boy, no flicker. They realize that and they will punish that. Toy though will be the trade. It's gonna be Midkits now. Dealing damage to multiple members. Shadera taking her to her top lane. Now RQ, can they restabilize? Can they reposition? Suyo gets out. Gobs is able to distract and Shadera might be able to take another tower if he's greedy.
Looks like he's going for the purple buff instead, but Rins knows what he's up to. Gonna try and stop him, a 1v1.
He has a flicker. Oh, the SOD. Will he commit? He will. Good flicker. No, it's not even flicker. Chidera, good calculations to dodge away from the damage.
Oh, that was close.
My goodness.
But it's still a win. It's a big win for Geek Fam. They were able to win a 4v5 while Chidera got turrets. He didn't get the turret in the second tier turret, but still half HP down on that turret means that, you know, got a lot of value on that, and he's gonna constantly be pressuring that lane. RQ, their way to answer the macro is they're gonna be sending Edok and Toy together up top. But again, this is a temporary solution. There is no permanent solution to the Moskov unless you really pick him off, and that is a stretch really to say that RQ can, especially with how Beloyski is playing. The Cho, now the Khalid, same playstyle. He's just covering the entrance for RQ to actually get to the Moskov. And RQ now, they just have to be decisive. They go for the Lord and they have to commit onto it.
Dobbs though is providing information. Diversion play. Is this too greedy? I think it's a little bit too late now. RQ disengaging top lane. It's gonna be their main priority. The shadow of Nakeds will be taken care of. Oh, diversion. Moskov, will he snip this one out? He still has that flicker as SOD does not land. And Chidera will pin Rins down, but Toy is around and Toy will toy him to death.
That's the backup that you can expect from RRQ. Very quick. You can see even Rins really pacing it out when it came to that 1v1, and now we know why. It turns out the backup came up really quick, and now without Chidera, they're gonna have to defend this one 4v5.
Really good steals. Oh, hey kids.
Kids here. Damage is enough to take him down. My kids looking forward to double. Perhaps he will get a Gobsell will secure it. 2-for-1 Beloy being the only trade, and they need still to take care of that Lord in the bottom side of the map.
Not the best place to initiate a team fight in those tricky areas because a boy will be able to get full value out of it. But all in all, 2-for-1 trade. There's a diversion play though.
Siren, Moy and Sutsujin is around though. Shadow is taken care of, so it's another reset. RQ though, they have bucketed 1,000 gold.
Remember Chidera, when he was up against Onyx, game number 1, when Onyx were able to win the game against Geek Fam, it was when Chidera got shut down. How? Chidera overextending, staying too long in the side lane, and I think that's what we're seeing right now for Chidera. 2 times he's been caught lacking in the side lane for too long. He needs to know when it's the right time to back off. Kids almost went for Rins there. Dyron. Okay, no skirmish, but yeah, he needs to be more clinical with the decision to actually back away. He can't be staying too long, especially because Rins can steal the diversion away.
Are they gonna get the turret? No, it's actually Make It in the back line.
Just poking though. Perhaps trying to bait out a spell or two. Or from the side of RRQ. It's back to just clearing for both teams.
Wind of Nature just bought in for RRQ. That should help him stay alive a little bit longer, especially when Make It goes in.
Okay, back again to the slow game. RRQ, there's no reason for them to keep on shoving the wave, so they will take it as slow as they can to wait for the Lord. And again, I think they're in a good position to actually just hold. Dyron has immense CC, great PO potential from Edok as well. So if Make It does want to jump in, as you can see from the last 2 times, he wasn't really able to get into the backline. Toy has been pretty safe with Edok and Dyron taking the shots, but now
Seems like they will pull the trigger first. Boloisky misses. Now Edok and friends, they would like to counter-engage on Boloisky in no man's land. He should fall here in the hands of Toy. And Toy gets the killing spree. 3 kills already to his name.
Unfortunate timing for Geek Fam. Now that the Lord is up, they are gonna have to wait a little bit longer if they're waiting for a setup coming from Boloisky. That's 20 seconds on the timer. Meanwhile, RRQ are already very quick with their decision making. Make it.
Yeah, looking for Toy. Now the damage though will not be enough, but Chidera off cam finds one. Edok might be next. Good reposition by Chidera. He survives, and RRQ though, they know, they're fully aware that they will get the Lord.
Great take by RRQ, utilizing again Dyron on the Badang to peel against this Hanzo. Make it. Every time he walks up, it's either Edok with a taunt, a revitalize, or Dyron with a big punch back. So Make It has never been able to really, again, target the backline. Toy has been safe, despite the dive of the diversion plus the Hanzo. Let's take a look at the items here. Full 3-item power spike for both Make It and Chidera. He's on the way to a Wind of Nature. He's going to be very, very strong in the side lane once he gets that, because, again, most of the threat from RRQ is physical. Only Rin's can deal magic damage to actually punish diversion though. Hanzo.
Toy is in the area. No flicker for Toy, but the cover is there for the gold laner of RRQ.
They're so quick and they're always so ready. That's what you were talking about.
They gotta be ready. They have to be very, very ready for the Hanzo. If any of these peelers are caught lacking, Toy's just gonna die. But luckily now he has a failsafe. He has a Wind of Nature. So even if they are a bit late now, they can afford to be late.
See here with the Lord marching the top side of the map. Geekfam AOG fights Chidera. That should seal it. 5v4 with the Lord. Top lane taken care of. Gobs trying to sustain, but the damage will not be enough to take him down. Rins no! Says no! Looking for the kill. Gets Make It, and Gobs finds Rins. Lord still is up here for RRQ as well. Base turret number 3 should fall here soon. Geek Fam, just 2 members, 3 members now defending, as they will have to wait for Chidera the next 10 seconds.
Oh, I don't know. Is it going to be enough? They prioritize the structures. Boloisky's getting caught low.
Yep, he needs to back off. Now, take a look at the minions here. Hold off by Gobs. But now, RRQ, they have enough resources to perhaps find the kill. Diversion alongside Gobs. And the Moscow Chidera! Good stun! But the damage surely will be enough for Sutsujin to be taken care of in RRQ. They run for the hills.
Wow! Geek Fam kept at it for so long, and RRQ, again, a very rare overextension, overstay moment for RRQ that led to a kill, but luckily they were still able to just survive with Toy, survive with most of their members still alive. It's only Sutsujin that got caught there, but it's a-okay. There are no objectives on the board, and so you can see the timing as well from RRQ, right? Even when they decide to make these uncharacteristic mistakes, it's when there's nothing to take. There's no Lord to capitalize on that mistake for Geek Fam. There are no turrets to take as well, because RRQ are just back to their template formation, which is hold in mid, rotate around for Edok to open up the space, and again, they've effectively denied the Moskov here without denying the pick.
All in all, it was a huge victory, right? All 3 structures taken down, so around this Lord, it should favor RRQ. We see that Chidera has been set to kind of handle that. And RRQ understand this. They might even blitz this down should be no contest, but that's a diversion play.
Yeah, with alongside Voloski, who finds Toy. Damage though, not yet enough to take him down. Now it's actually gonna be Sutsujin, who's gonna be the first casualty alongside a boy. Now Gobs trying to provide the peel, trying to sandbag for the team is Rins, Tyron here. Trying to position and counter engage, that's Gobs. Mounting Edok though, so that's gonna be the tank. The Gatot Gacha, will it be enough? No, not just yet. Good taunt. Seems like they will eye Gobs first. As the Lord now will be the main priority of Geek Fam as their jungler of RRQ is still MIA. Makeid's receiving a lot of damage. Voloski loses immortality, but Chidera will be the main casualty. Makeid's now is very slow. Edok Dyron, Toy is on him. And that's a maniac from Toy. The Kings of Kings. They have wiped Geek Fam out, but now it's only a boy who is left standing towards their space. No flicker AOJ. That's going to be a good taunt, and a boy will not be able to defend. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kings of Kings. They strike first in this best of 3.
Impeccable decision making by RRQ in those final moments. And it was very unfortunate. Those structures being unavailable for Geek automatically allowed the minions to push in favor of RRQ. So Makeid was kind of struggling in that moment. He had to choose, and that bought enough time for RRQ to roll back despite losing Sutsujin.
Wow. Extremely well played from everybody on RRQ, man. Every single member played their part. Sutsujin controlling neutral objectives, the peel from Edok, the engage from Dyron, the peel from Dyron. Toy, again, very rarely do we get to see Toy actually be the carry, because again, a lot of times RRQ just rely on their trio mid to win the games, but here you get to see how reliable Toy can be. Makeid's there, getting outplayed by Rins, but in the end,
it's big problems that can be created for the Harith and even the Joy in certain occasions, and the glue comes out.
Yeah, he expected the glue as well, and yeah, the Farsa here should be crucial, right? Because he controls the range. RQ, you mentioned the Valentina. I like that pick, and you know, Feather Airstrike Steel, and if he's feeling a little bit freaky, he can go for the Way of Dragon Steel. Yep.
And I think that's it's a Rins type of play, right?
Yeah.
He's very aggressive. We saw him earlier on. He made a lot of flicker plays on the Valentina.
Exactly.
It should be the Valentina, right? They don't want to go leave here.
oh, it's a Veramis. Wow. Okay. Up against a single target. Yeah, against the glue and against the Cho. Really good for both, right? Oh man, against the glue, that's so good. Now you can't. Oh, I think RRQ just got it. Oh,
Just on the Paramis pick alone.
wow.
But remember, we've been talking about mid-prio for RRQ. With the Paramis in their lineup, do they still hold that mid-prio with this composition?
I think they still have that prio. The Gato should be able to help the Feramis there as well. Suyo, prio. They have CC in the side lane. That will be a winning matchup against the glue too. Yeah, this is a trio mid win should be for RRQ.
So it's gonna be nice and dicey, ladies and gentlemen, especially around that first neutral objective. We'll see. Will RRQ be able to continue their win streak here in MPL ID Season of 15? Or will the Kingslayers be able to turn things around, live up to their namesake, and force a game number 3? Let's head over to the land of Dawn.
To Mobile Legends.
It's round 2, folks. Ring the bells. Rex Regum Kaon or Geek Fam.
Wow, I mean, on top of that, RRQ have technically forced all magic damage from Geek Fam. So itemization-wise, going to be great. Rins has gone for Lethal Ignition. Not the usual choice, Sutsujin. Yeah, will be able to retrieve that. Not the usual choice, but against this kind of composition, you're going to be an aggressive Feramis for sure. So really good choice of emblem for Mr. Rins. Let's take a look at the full emblems by Indie Home. Inspire Bargain Hunter, nothing too crazy. Tenacity plus that firmness, the Inspire and Tenacity from Rins too. So he goes for a more aggressive core emblem, but goes for a defensive sub-emblem.
And for Beloyski, it's practically the same kind of gameplay with his choices as well. And that so far is exactly what he's been able to do. Roaming around the map, give vision, opening up information. Also being a little bit of a problem for Sutsujin, but he should still be able to work around that, still remain and have an intact farming pattern.
Alright, get the emblems again. I think this Inspire from CC is quite interesting.
It's done though.
More cooldown. Yeah, it's very interesting to see that Dyron has also gone for Purify, by the way. I'm really trying to digest the Inspire, the idea behind that Inspire, and the Purify from Dyron. I guess it's because of what we said earlier. Remember game 1, BTR versus Na'Vi, when they picked CC against the Cho? I was saying it's usually bad against the Cho because you just get kicked because you have to go Vengeance. But here, Dyron has gone for Purify, so that kind of solves the Cho problem.
Meanwhile, Edok already charging here in the mid lane. I think they're looking for the proper setup for the neutral objective. We mentioned how this is going to pan out. Edok already in position, as well as Rins. Kind of isolate Gobs and a boy here. Sutsujin already on the turtle. Let's see who gets it.
RQ already the first ones in the area. Big Fam late to respond here, but it seems like they want to fight. Sutsujin gets the turtle. Voloisky with the flicker. Jet Kundao finds the jungler. Now AUG trying to provide cover, and that does it. Geek Fam backs away.
Yeah, they didn't really want to overcommit onto that, even without the AOG from happening. Sutsujin was still A-okay. I don't think the damage is enough to penetrate him in this early portion of the game. Meanwhile, it seems like Beloyski's initial plan isn't really coming to fruition.
Oh, that's a steal. Now Rin's very low, and he will be taken down. Make it Drew first blood in the second game.
Well played. Saw that Edok walked over, and then he just went straight for the purple buff. Knows Edok used the taunt earlier. Sutsujin, no retry. Really good move by Maykids there, outplaying RQ.
Meanwhile, Maykids is kind of low here. Sutsujin is in the vicinity.
Uh-oh, 3v1 now with the Feather Airstrike already spent as well, and Maykids will grab his second kill in this game.
That was a 3 versus 1 kind of situation. I don't think Sutsujin can get away with that. There's a lot of bursts coming in from a boy, even in this early portion of the game as a Farsa. In terms of items, is there anything special that we're looking at that they're heading towards?
So far, not yet. I guess we could point out again that everybody is going for tough boots, knowing that there is going to be an abundance of magic damage from Geek Fam. Only magic damage. Beloyski's the only guy who's going to be able to deal physical damage. So yeah, everybody's putting the emphasis on magic damage. Even Dyron going for another cloak on top of the tough boots. So yeah, you can definitely understand that idea of just building full magic def.
So far, he hasn't been participating too much. Once again, we're circling around in this mid lane. Beloyski's still looking for this opportunity, but it's not going to be as easy because, like you mentioned, both Dyron and Rins are on Purify. Last time we saw a little bit more pressure onto Toy 2 by Geek Fam, but in this particular game, they've kind of let him alone. This 1v1.
2v1, trying to just get the purple buff, and they got it. Right, RQ though. Now, what will they do? It seems like they're on the move on towards the turtle. Geek Fam, will they be able to respond this time?
No.
Sutsujin is a level below, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll be able to contest again. Geek Fam have to respect that RQ have better control over the neutral objective. That's why they've just gone for trades on the board. Cho was literally just sitting in the bottom river. They know it's very hard to do that. Taunt.
The taunt on towards Beloy though. Maze Kids looking for Rins. Feather Airstrike as well connects, but that's going to be the Netherrealm committed there. So that's info for Geek Fam.
Absolutely, but Beloyski's a little low, so that's a forced recall. A boy gets hurt just a little bit, not too much to force anything crazy, but oh, it's R7! MPL IDX streamer by Good Day. I don't think he notices that he's being presented onto the screen just yet. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are looking for a different perspective, you can check out R7's restream right now.
He looked so confused for a while. Oh, there you go. Finally reacts. Now he's surprised. Oh! Look at that Riz. Oh, what?
Oh!
What? Damn!
How's he doing that?
I have no idea.
That's magic right there. Way of Dragon though. Connects on towards Ito. AOG to save his own life. Wow. What a connection.
No casualties, which is great. Toy, meanwhile, goes for the Sky Piercer. So it looks like he's quite positive that he will win and will be able to make that kind of trade. This is how many buffs have been taken away from Sutsujin.
So far, 3. And yeah, for Toy Skypiercer, it's not really a risky move for Granger. This is just part of the core build. You always go for Skypiercer, Hunter Strike into Skypiercer. Man,
Whoa, Cops with the flicker as well. So aggressive, but the reinforcements is there.
Wow.
Dyron now looking for his own teammate. NetherRealm popped as well. Now, actually, Gobs is going to be isolated and will be taken down by Dyron. That's the first kill on the board for RRQ.
and you see that's the brilliance of the Purify, man. Dyron opting to go for Purify. Got out of the slam pass as he was mounted by the split of glue. Wait, the dragon.
Out towards one feather airstrike from a boy.
Wow.
Not the best positioning with Bloy. Will fall first. Make it! Will not be able to escape that one. And RRQ, they claim the perfect turtle.
And 3 kills to boot. So a 1,500 gold lead now for the Kings of Kings as Chidera looks for a little bit of a trade here. That turret does go down in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, RQ, Sutsujin, looking for a little bit of revenge. Finally gets a purple buff and a purple buff from Geek to boot. Dyron picks up a turret, so that trade from Chidera instantly traded back by RQ. Quick thinking.
3-1 now in purple buff steals. Take that, May kids. Jin now with the War Axe as well. Core item completed with the Hunter Strike and the War Axe. Looking at the others, Toys building towards the BOD, and Chidera is comfortably getting to his item power spikes as well. Already sitting at, with the Feather of Heaven. But this is where it's becoming a problem. Dyron has built up Radiant Armor. Edok has built up Athena Shield. I wonder what's next for Dyron. It's probably going to be an Athena Shield.
Oh, Dyron now in trouble. It's only the CC though, but they have spent a lot of resources.
Wow.
Dyron will go down eventually. But take a look at the mid lane. Geek Fam's mid pulse.
There's always
so
a trade.
goes their ability to control on the map, especially for Beloyski. That is going to give him a little bit of a tougher time when it comes down to map control. Meanwhile, RQ on their next mission here, putting some pressure onto Chidera in the bottom lane. Luckily, Makekids not standing idly by, gets a turret in the top lane too, so both of these teams are trying to trade into the macro, and RQ still need to consider this as a way for Geek Fam to come back into the game.
Yeah, wow. So looking at the items for Dyron again, he's not going to go for the Athena Shield. I think he's building towards an Oracle, again, to enhance what he already has built in his kit. That's Sustain for CC, plus the Brave Smite, plus the Oracle and War Axe, so even more Sustain against the magic damage and just pure damage of Geek Fam.
So what does Chidera do now? Does he go direct Divine Glaive?
He has to go Holy Crystal first. I think even if he goes Divine Glaive, he's going to be lacking damage to get through. So just go for the normal build. Holy Crystal and then Divine Glaive. It'll take a while longer, but at least once he gets it, it will be a surefire power spike.
I guess that's the case. A boy, though, goes for the Divine Glaive. So he can afford that item build. Hopefully it does help, because this next Lord will be telling how the rest of this game goes. So Tsujin level 13, Makekids is also at level 13, so there is technically a chance for them to go for a steal.
The thing is, RRQ have already done their homework, right? Slow push up top. It's a forced error now. They can just play the long game, constantly going back and forth, playing with the slow push up top, and then dealing with the wave in the mid and bot as they continue to just cycle the Lord. Geek Fam will try to go for the decisive play.
See here, pulling the trigger. Doesn't really quite find the angle. And boy, in trouble! And he will fall with the wings by wings in hand. And that is him also. He spent his purifying. Let's see here, 5v4. Not in good shape for Geek Fam. RRQ though, looking for something. Makekids here will be taunted. And that's going to be Makekids here. Surviving actually, Chidera. Dealing damage, but will it be enough? Gobs trying to sandbag, and Chidera finds one, finds two. Chidera, he might find more as Edok Prince is on him finally. Good purify on him, but that's gonna be Beloyski jumping in the fray. AOG finds one. Gobs is gone. Way up the dragon will not do anything as he will be taken down as well. Chidera repositioning. Aboye is in the area. Now with the feather and strike, Edok will not find someone. It's gonna be Dyron with the kill as well. RRQ, they are a menace.
Wings by wings out, but in the end, that's gonna be a boy being able to escape. That was a very messy engage towards the start, right? Let's go for like a little bit of a replay there. Very, very transparent engage from Beloyski. RRQ was able to read that really well. At some point, it was an awkward position coming in from Toy, but they had a little bit more in their arsenal, right? Dyron now, though.
See here, 5v5, surely. RQ, they have more than enough firepower here. Good mounts. On towards Dyron, though. My kids fail to find the connection for the steal there. And Gob surely will be taken down by Sutsujin. That's the Lord. And Gobs.
Well played again to RRQ. The fact that Geekfam trying to make it chaotic in that skirmish, having the Harith means that you can actually force out those battles, those brawls. And RQ took it. They had another round. They were stuck there. Toy able to kite away, but not for long. Again, Chidera bouncing back and forth with the Chrono Dash, man. Just dealing so much damage as he got the Holy Crystal earlier. So that power spike is going to be coming in very quickly as well for Chidera, that Divine Glaive, as he got 2 kills, Sutsujin and Toy. But RQ, even in the long battles, they were able to out-sustain and to outlast Geekfam. In the end, it was RQ with Dyron getting the dub again. Gobs mounted him, the Purify out to safety once more, and then a clean retry from Sutsujin. Now it's just about how they utilize the Lord. Maloy!
Dyron actually might be caught here. Good recovery though. With another round, Maloyski flickers out of danger. Edok with the help of Toy as well. That will secure Maloy. Mid falls again. RRQ now applying more pressure. Top lane Makins has cleared that lane. Though, RQ, they move on towards the bottom side of the map here. Geekfam with just 1 card. Will they be able to find something? Not yet, though. Ooh, that will be RQ playing it slow. Perhaps applying pressure towards the mid lane. Feathered airstrike to relief off pressure. Iron, though, immobilized here, is able to walk away.
They're going to be able to clear out the lane in the bottom side of the map. So all in all, despite them losing here and there, Geekfam are still holding on to their main structures, and that's what's important, especially as we get to the next Lord fight. It seems like Gobs is opening up the map here. Rins is in the vicinity. Oh, look at Beloyski, though. Is he going in for a cheeky play? I think it's a little too risky. He's alone. There's no backup. There's no Luoyi. There's no chip. All right, he just goes back for more information, perhaps.
And for RQ again, it's just about that slow game once they have the lead. It's template when we get to this portion of the game for RQ. They find themselves in this situation almost every single game, winning out the early and then having this lead so that they can just freeze. And Geekfam, they can't walk up. They really can't. If they walk up, they're going to get punished. There's so many angles of attack because look at RQ's tempo on the map. They can constantly just use this map pressure to walk in the enemy jungle. So at least Divine Glaive is done for Chidera, right? So that's the power spike that we were waiting for Chidera. Now he's going to be doing even more damage, and he'll be able to threaten some of the front lines from RRQ. But with that Divine Glaive, Dyron and Redok have also built themselves quite an amazing 2-3 items of magic defense. Oracle, Radiant, building to Athena now. Dyron, Athena, Radiant already done for Edok, and I believe he's on the way to a Queen's Wings. So damage reduction on top of the magic def that he has. Rose Gold, obviously, also for Sutsujin and for Toy. They have so much magic defense.
But if played well, the core members on the side of RQ can still be taken down. So if Geekfam can replicate that chaos like they were able to in the previous team fight, then it's still going to be a problem for Toy as well as Rins.
The taunt on towards Beloy. Flickers out of the way. Rins very low. Edok, though, still sandbagging here. Immobilize AOG defensively. Beloyski, Way of Dragon, doesn't really find the right connection. Another round will save its life. Beloyski will fall alongside Edok. Gobs now being the main priority, and Dyron finds it. 2 for 1 in favor of RQ.
Okay. I don't know. Does RQ want to continue this? Oh, Chidera keeps going in!
Miscalculation there by Rins. Chidera now going ham in the mid lane. Dyron now, being the main sandbag, is able to sidestep it. Kids looking for another angle here. Good recovery from the Geeks.
I don't think they were expecting that, right? 2 members down from the side of Geek. They definitely didn't expect Chidera to go dive in headfirst under turret to take him down. Luckily, though, Rins is back in the fray, and it's still a man advantage in favor of RRQ.
Yeah, Rins is the only guy who can't do that, to walk up against the Herod. He doesn't have the magic defense that the others have. He only has a Blood Wings and a Tough Boot, so Rins is the only guy that should not be doing that. To be fair, Toy probably shouldn't be doing that as well, but at least he has Rose Gold. It should be Edok and Dyron. Chadera.
Let's see here. AOG on towards the Lord's Pit. Syzygy joins the fray. Lins falls first alongside Edok. 3 members now only left standing for the Kings F Kings as Geek. They will take over the Lord's Pit.
Again, RQ tried to force that, man. They took control. They wanted to take control back against Geek Fam. Geek Fam a bit too clean with it. Beloyski, Jikundo. Ooh, wow. Geek Fam, the pace set by Chadera. Once we saw that Divine Glaive, he started threatening the frontliners. But man, was that quick. Like, he dealt with Edok so quick. Rins was forced to come in to try to save Edok with the Netherrealm, but he got bursted instead. They have to play in cycles here. Once the Zaman Force is used up, that's a green light to actually stop. Move back. Once the Zaman Force window is elapsed, then they try to re-engage. But if they fight the Zaman Force, they're not going to win.
Red team turret
No,
has been
we saw that
destroyed.
happening. Speaking of burst, right? Feather Airstrike also doing work alongside with Chadera. Really good cover as well by a boy on the far side. You can see it's one of his top 5 most picked heroes as that game fun fact came in by GoPay earlier on. There it is, the Feather Airstrike opened up already. Zoning him out. Chadera gonna be able to deal some damage onto the turret.
Yep, base turret, top lane will fall. Lord now being the main priority. Syzygy though, relatively low. Base turret in the bottom side here, very weak. Almost taken care of here. Oh, and the minions will do its job. 2 base turrets here, taken down.
And they're on the side lanes. So this is the result that you'd expect Geek to be in just a few minutes ago, and yet it's Geek that have taken these side lanes. So when it comes down to control over the Lord, which will spawn in under 80 seconds, that's something that they have in the bag over RQ now. A lot more homework for them to deal with.
Chadera, the hyper carry. You want to know how much damage he's done?
How much?
No. 87,408 damage dealt so far. That's only going to climb up. Compare it to Toy. Toy has only done 51,000.
Wow.
Dyron is actually leading in damage dealt for RRQ with 63,000. So, yeah, the fact that Chadera has now gone to Bloodwings 2 means he's going to be harder to kill with the Purify. With the Zaman Force, he's already kind of impossible to kill for RRQ. They really need to bait the Zaman Force. It's way easier said than done, by the way, but that's how they can win. Because if they fight in the Zaman Force, it's GG.
That's a win condition that needs to be met. And it's surprising because even from the drafts, I guess the one-dimensional source of damage is not necessarily a problem here. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, it's because once Joy and Harith makes it to late game with the Divine Glaive, even if you have a lot of magic defense, it's only going to prolong the inevitable. You deal so much damage, especially because for Joy, at least, okay, Joy comes in, 1 cycle of skills, you get through that, you're done with Joy, right? But the Harith, it never stops. When you're in Zaman Force, that damage never stops. So it's constant burst, 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 burst. It's like DPS burst. And Chadera has sold his boots for Oracle. I was thinking, why Oracle? There's no magic, only Faramis on the other side, but it's to make his shielding, his healing even bigger. So whenever he dashes with the Chrono Dash, look at the shield.
RQ though, seems like they're poking here. Oh, Edok very low. Winner crown here, perhaps to buy time for his team. Netherrealm is there, and he is A-OK. Gobs though, now half HP. Trinary position, RQ though. They are trying to pull Gobs to his death, and Toy takes the kill. 5v4 with the Lord up.
That's what you were talking about, right? Wait for the Shaman Force to be popped up, and they were able to withstand that, you know, utilize the Netherrealm as well to the final portion of the game, and they went in for a re-engage. And now, though, Beloyski!
Oh, with the flicker jet Kundo! Is this the right call? Way of Dragon doesn't really land to where he wanted to. Dyron now providing damage on towards Make is A-OK! Doesn't really find the right connection, but Make it falls. Now Beloyski loses immortality. Chadera though is free hitting, grabs a double, looking for the triple with Dyron and Toy being a constant nuisance. But mortality's popping left and right, and Chadera is saved. A boy shuts Dyron down, but Chadera, good dupe, no mortality, feather edge strike. Chadera shuts him down. Syzygy now being alone, 2v1, very low as well. Can Syzygy escape? But boy denies it. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's just Rin standing their way as the minions actually done most of his work. Will Rins be able to escape this? A boy is in the area. We might get a game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
There's no way he can defend. It's game number 3 for Geek as they have forced RRQ into yet another game loss.
Jeez. We all deserve a game 3. After what Geek Fam did in game 1.
Chadera, brother. Oh my goodness. Chadera on the Harith yesterday. He got what? Double-digit kills. Now he does it almost again. 9-1-3, but it's not about his kills. It's about how much damage he dealt. It's about his positioning. It's about how clean he is on the Harith. Oh my lord, in the late game, Geek Fam really just said, yo, we got Chadera. You got 5 players. You got all that lead that you've built up from the start.
I feel like they need range. They're lacking in range here.
And that's why the Valentina pick was smart, I think, right? Because it's forcing Geek to think if they need range, they have to pick a hero like the Eve, like the Barca, but now they're going to have to allow that to be given over to RRQ.
And the reason they picked Valen as well is Valen would have been a great option for Geek Fam to take against the Tigreal, to take the implosion. So that's why they went for the Valen first. Sicilian and Hilda. And then the Lucas jungle. There's the change. Sutsujin. Wow. Taking the Phobius early was a setup for the Lucas, right? The CC not visible. The Valentina take plays into Tigreal and Lucas. This Kescute guy, so crafty, man.
And Geek had no idea.
Wow.
Is this guy a rookie coach?
This guy needs to go pro.
Exactly, man.
That's why he's here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he's known as the king of the regular season, but it looks like he's looking for more than that. Maybe he wants the King of the Galaxy title this season as well. Amazing stuff from the drafting phase. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the final game of the series. For sure, this time, will it be the Geek Slayers coming back, or will the King Slayers be the one to come back as well? Let's head over into the land of Dawn for game number 3. Geek versus RRQ as we head over to a pause.
This is the first pause of MPL ID, is it not?
It is. And
Ladies
it's on
and
the
gentlemen,
day that Nevin is casting.
welcome to the first pause ever in MPL ID. Wow. That, I mean, it just never happens. It feels
doesn't.
like, it feels new again, you know? It feels like, wow.
It feels awkward.
It does. This is
awkward.
That's crazy.
We're supposed to be enjoying the game 3.
But now I'm enjoying the pause, you know?
Hey, let's go.
It's been a long time since a pause, maybe last season, so I'm enjoying the moment.
English podcast is back.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
English podcast is back. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure that everything is up to par, both for the team, the coaches, the players. Want to make sure everything is great and fine and dandy, not just for the players and their playing experience, but also for those of you guys back at home and in the MPL arena, so they get the best viewing experience as possible. Because again, 1-1 right now, it's a high stakes game. It can go either way, and troubleshooting is in process. So welcome to the English podcast.
Oh, by the way, it's the second pause. The first pause was Keyboy against RQ.
Ah,
That was the first one. So this is the second pause of MPL ID. We've gone through...
Oh, was it during the team fight?
Yeah, when he played Hylos, yes.
I wasn't casting.
So second pause of MPL ID here. And both are against RQ. That's Onig, and then Onig versus RQ Onig, and then Geek RQ Geek.
we're heading towards the end of twice. Yeah.
Amen.
Hey.
Amen. But it looks like we're going straight back into the land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, as we head over to the beginning of our third game of the series, the finale, the conclusion is already, man. Enoch on his signature pick, dealing some damage onto Beloyski. Rin's being able to follow it up either, but this is a boy on the Sicilian too, so they're no pushover themselves.
Okay, taking a look at the emblems here. Tyler with the Brave Smite. Nothing too crazy. Oh, Enoch.
Good poke here from both Apoy and Beloy. Rin's and Enoch here. Tough for them, making it tough for them to clear their lanes, their waves, but no spells triggered just yet.
Yeah, emblem check once more by Indie Home. Inspire for, yeah, nothing too crazy. It's just the Wilderness Blessing and the agility for both XP and Rome of Geek Fam, Beloyski and Dobbs. Tyron on a signature pick, tenacity, plus the agility. It's the Wilderness Blessing for E-Dog. Wants to be active too. Wants to try to match maybe that Beloyski move with Cho.
Let's see here for the composition. 4 flickers invested for side of RQ. So yeah, being either ultra aggressive or being ultra conservative here for side of RQ.
Okay. Again for RQ, main objective point, hold up. All right, flicker out from Rin's. Main objective point will be the first turtle, Sutsujin.
Gobs though on the bottom side. Oh, good flicker by E-Dog again. The creative player who opens up for first blood.
Wow.
RQ gets it.
Finally, right? And right before the turtle as well. So let's see if RQ can actually translate that over into the next neutral objective. Beloysi's gonna try to make that impossible for them. There's a boy as well in the vicinity, but Rins with IMU gonna be able to zone a boy just a little bit. But here comes the 50-50. Make-It is already on the way too.
Yeah, they're actually taking it very, very slow. Waiting for E-Dog to get level 4, I believe, here. Good lane by Chidera. This guy is he's improved so much from last season in the laning department. He's winning out most of his laning phases, but now E-Dog has 4. Sutsujin didn't choose to recall. He went for the purple buff, but he should still be healthy enough to get turtle. Yep, no contest, it seems.
Rotation-wise here, it seems like RQ, they will take the turtle, no problem. And it seems like just the trade is only a couple of camps for side of Make-Its.
So despite Make-Its having that level lead, they still have the clarity to be like, okay, we're just gonna concede that first turtle once again and looking for something else on the map. Boy, maybe?
Good Purify, but Rins was there to provide that damage. Beloyski mirrored by E-Dog, so there was no surprise attack attempt. The top lane, Chidera, needs to recall.
So for the way that a boy has been playing so far in the Sicilian, which technically needs some time to gather all the stacks, he has been playing very aggressively, so he finally does get punished for it. As we take a look at the audience prediction now, by GoPay, RQ 89%. Again, not surprising for the Kingdom. Well done. Always great support. E-Dog, meanwhile, gets pushed back.
That was so good. E-Dog dodged G-Kundo, went for the shove. Luckily, Chidera was there for the Spear of Misery, because that could have been a possible pickoff for RQ. The take on the on the gold crab. Make-Its. Alright.
Where's he going? Meanwhile, for the MPL IDX streamer, oh, it's Amoy Gamoy. She's a talent for Geek. So if you guys want to check it out from her perspective, maybe gain some new insight, you guys can hop over to her stream because she's restreaming this game right now. I think she needs some support. Oh, she knows. Cute. She's shy.
Sure.
All right.
RQ. Looking for the neutral objective here. Turtle 2. You know, when it comes to neutral objective battles, RQ just have it under control. Again, due to the trio mid having so much pressure, the Valentina, the Tigreal, and then Dyron now rotating as well. Both of the XPs rotating. Rin's still on the bat face this game.
I wonder if he's gonna go for something different. I think he's playing a little bit safely, right? Technically, with how aggressive Rins usually plays, it's a little bit of a way to ensure that he can stave off the pressure. But like we've seen in these few moments, D-Doc.
Flicker Implosion finds you. Gobs here, able to flicker away alongside with Beloy, so no casualty there. RQ though still shifting their gears on towards their top lane here, looking for the turret. Tyron, good knock upon towards Gobs, who has no flicker. Oh, good trade by Moskov though, so a tower for a tower here. That's the negotiation between the two teams.
2 flickers for 1 though, so RQ actually end up winning the trade when it comes to resources. Now, how do they translate that to a team fight or to a bigger lead? Because I think with that battle, sending 4 players up top for RQ, and Geek Fam, oh wow, great Chunpu. And Geek Fam only sending 1 down below with the same output. 1 turret is worth it for Geek Fam right now. and it's going to be RRQ who continues to play it slow. They really just want to play for neutral objectives, play through their winning conditions. There's no reason for them to force out fights right now, and if they do, they know they're going to be at a disadvantage because, again, with the Cho, there's that pick-off potential. Guerra's still in the bottom lane. Dyron holding his own. Wow, good Spear of Misery.
Seems like even Dyron hasn't had the impact just yet. In terms of these items, Moskov already on his first item. We see the corrosion being built in. Oh, wait a second.
That's a good setup there by Sutsujin and Rins. Dyron not really far behind, and Sutsujin will take the kill. Gobs here, taken down twice this game. Now in the mid lane, that's a good immobilization. Rins though, good maneuvers, and that's a kill on towards a boy. Valoisky will find the trade though. Both mid laners down, and that's gonna be the Moskov actually finding the inner and the bottom side of the map.
Again, these structures are going to be so imperative. This is the classic Geek gameplay that we've seen time and time again. It looks like Toy is looking for a counter here, but wait a second, Beloy.
Implosion on towards 2. That's gonna be Gobs though, trying to distract T-Dog very low, will not be able to be taken down there just yet, but Gobs will pay the price. Third time this time. But Makids barely survived. The mid tower collapses though.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, they still lose that mid-tier turret. And it's still RRQ who has the better footing on the neutral objective. Toy is going to be able to push out this top side as well. I think Dyron should be falling quite far close in order to help him get this other turret. So RRQ, they're being able to get a lot of things left, right, and center.
Yeah, great equalization on the board too, by the way. They're able to equalize in turrets there. Rins in the bottom lane.
The disengage, right? Now it's a 1v1. Rins and Chidera though.
Wow.
Reinforcements is not far, but good moves by Chidera with the SOD towards the mid. He's able to escape that almost nasty pinch.
Makids putting some pressure in the top lane. I think they want to go for a buff steal here, but Sutsujin is lurking in the area. That tower is absolutely going to go down, so it's another structure in favor of Geek. They're not going to allow RQ to go for a trade in the bottom side either. And there goes the buff.
Okay. Down below now, RQ are sending their troops to hold the Moskov. Finally, now we are seeing a response towards the Moskov. Bottom lane still, even tier 3 intact for Geek Fam. They're playing the slow game really, really well, able to match up against RRQ. And remember, for Geek Fam, it is really about weathering the storm. They want to play for the late game, for a boy to scale up, for Moskov to scale up. So far, despite the perfect turtle, it's been a better performance by Geek Fam to keep the lead lower than... I'd say even if they're down, even if they're just down by 2K, it's still worth it. So the fact that it's only 800 gold, it's phenomenal for RRQ, for Geek Fam.
Yeah, absolutely. The pressure is on RRQ for sure. Does the SOD hit? It does.
On towards E-Dog, 3v2. Implosion though will lock 2 members down. That's gonna be Toy though, knocked up. He flickers out of danger, and it was a 3v2, but that will be 3 members of Geek Fam deleted.
That was so unfortunate. Really, really, really good response coming from RQ.
This team is ridiculous, dude. You think about their drafts are just perfect. So perfect at times, you just get confused. Their execution matches it. RRQ have denied that win condition. It was so even up until it wasn't. And RRQ, they didn't get confused by the macro style of Geek Fam that, you know, usually is a trap to a lot of other teams. They get baited into that playing that macro style, trying to match the Moskov and then losing out on other parts of the map. RQ just stay true to their win conditions, play for the neutral objectives, get it all, and then they collapse with one good synchronized play, and it's E-Dog, man. Again, this guy, what a roamer.
What a roamer indeed. Makids now caught in the way of Dragon that was stolen by Rins. Sutsujin's in the fray! Makids though will find the solo. E-Dog is in the area. No, it's gonna be Makids here. Just juking left and right. Sutsujin finds and is able to lock him down, but that's just time bought for the side of Geek Fam.
I mean, technically Toy is still up, so he can still push in the lane, but a boy with his range should be able to clear it out as well. Meanwhile, Beloyski's positioning is rather eerie, but Tyron spots him out.
Oh no, Maloyski is able to get out, but the Enoch Might says no. Good lockdown there with an implosion. He will be taken down. Now mid turret taken down. Gonna be the base turret just left standing here for the top and mid. Moskov doing work in the bottom side of the map though.
Yeah, but the work is all just for a holy defense, right? And oh my, Chidera. Okay, he recalls just in time. Everybody was gonna collapse on him. Woo. Geek Fam get away with that one, but for RRQ, now they have their win conditions. It's even better. We were talking about it being below 3K. 3K is the benchmark. Now that it's 4K, it's going to be even difficult. It's more difficult, but I think the boy is still scaling quite well, despite, you know, again, the 4K now. Chidera is doing a better job, though. 3 item power spike completed, on the way for the Milfic gun. 8 kids, gets the purple. Look at the Moskov. All alone. Can recall. Should be able to recall in time. Oh! Okay, 2 times now. Oh my lord.
Luckily. But Rin so far, you can at the very least say that he's confident. Right? There are so many moments he goes in for 1v1. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I think earlier on, Way of Dragon over to make it. If he was able to get that, I think that would have been huge for RRQ. So that's also something that Geek really need to consider, especially when we get into the later portions of the game. The damage coming in from Rins, is he more focused on damage or utility with his build for Rins?
For Rins, he is going for Starlium Scythe, so definitely more damage. Starlium Scythe, Enchanted Talisman, and Glowing Wand, so there's a bit of utility there, but with the Starlium, he wants to deal damage, and looking at the damage dealt, he's not far behind him. Cecilia, he's the second, oh no, he's the third damage dealer in the damage dealt, but it's because Sutsujin and Granger, Mr. Toy, have just been doing so much. Lord spawning for RRQ. Let's see if Geek Fam can continue this macro game. They've dealt with the wave in the bottom lane, so there's not going to be a threat, and they're going to stay decisive, committing onto the Lord.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Let's get with the conceal here. It's a pinch maneuver. That's a Jet Kundo. Way of Dragon. Sutsujin gets the Lord. Chidera now not free hitting, but the damage will not come through. Toy bursts him down. Sutsujin collects the double, and that's 3 members down and out. A boy deleted. Makids left standing, trying to do everything in his power to survive. But that's RRQ wiping Geek Fam out.
And the MPL arena goes wild. Ladies and gentlemen, wiped out in the 13th minute of the game. And there it is. It looks like RRQ still remain undefeated in MPL ID Season 15.
What Kingslayers? They're the Geek Slayers.
The Geeks have been slain by RRQ, and you can see the mastermind laughing in the back. Kescute, you mad lad, you genius. Oh my lord, these drafts have been an amazing... It's been an amazing draft from both sides, from Geek Fam and from RRQ. It's been a very entertaining draft. And the execution tops it, man. It really is amazing. Sutsujin back in, even though he lost game number 2. I think, you know, the composure of this guy to come back in game number 3, to play it the way he did, super clean from everybody. It's so impressive, this new RRQ lineup, this squad, undefeated in MPL Indonesia. So close for Geek to pick up. Oh, the Farsa. Good pick against the Beatrix. And now last pick, XP or Rome. I wonder what they're gonna go. Do they want to go for the Edith? If they go Edith, Valentina could show up for Dewa United to take away another big ult, but again, they can overwhelm them with big ults. They go for the Khalid in the end, so it's Khalid and Gaptop. I think that was the combo they used as well then. Oh, and there you go. Lunox Jawhead.
Lunox Jawhead. The thing is, I like the Lunox, but it takes time. It needs items to deal damage properly, and that is the only... Yeah, I feel...
and it's single target.
Yeah.
But for Coach Watt, he specifically said in the interview, it works.
Okay.
It works.
So trust in solo Coach Watt.
Let's go.
Solo Coach Super Watt.
Oh.
Okay, Khalid, it's a really good dive, I think, onto the Beatrix, who should be going for the flicker. There you go. So Let's see whether or not Dewa, with this Lunox signature pick, can topple Alter Ego as they look for a win streak of their own. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1, the closing match to week number 3. Let's head over to the Land of Dawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first round of Dewa United Esports taking Alter Ego.
Take a look at the emblems quickly here. Ray still with the MPL Rage, not going to go for the killing spree. Mueza, okay, not going to go for the focusing mark as well. Something that we have seen from a lot of Jawheads. He has gone for concussive blast this time around. Highs on the Harith though. That signature pick. I think that might be enough for Alter Ego to take control of the game.
Okay, we're seeing that kind of come to fruition here. Octa gets caught really low, so does Mueza. So it does buy them a little bit of time. Octa, I think he is going to commit into a recall. Meanwhile, you can see the Wings by Wings really playing part for Hijime being able to roam around the map alongside with Nino, who has been roaming very, very aggressively and very, very actively around the map to look for more pressure onto Dewa in this first few minutes of the game.
Okay. Slow start despite Khalid early, right? You usually see them go for a lot more aggressive maneuvers. Emblems by IndieHome here. Dreams has gone for pull yourself together to go for more opportunities to go up for the flicker. Same goes for Mueza. Thrill as well. So both of these roamers identical setup for the emblems. Weapon mastery though is the choice for maybe. Unlike the killing spree, pull yourself together of Eman, he has gone for the standard QC weapon master to thrill. So just extra damage. He should be going for BOD first item then with this kind of build.
And earlier on, Goni did mention that Octa will need some time to scale, so there is emphasis on Octa to get to that power spike faster, or as fast as he can.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the MPL arena is screaming. I'm not really sure why. Is there something going on in the map?
No, this is classic, you know, when Alter Ego and Dewa United meet. Whoa, impressive.
Another airstrike early, ejected though towards Hijime, no follow-up. Now Mueza taking some heat in the turtle spit though. It's a reset. Ray though will be the first casualty in this game. First blood goes inside of Alter Ego. Turtle is very low. Let's see here who will take this. It will be another reset for the Turtle. The good ejector on towards 2 members. Their Dreams very low as well. Not level 4 just yet though. Hijime, good timing on the flicker. So Rizzo being a constant nuisance on the formation of Alter Ego.
Why did they go for a reset? With Ray taken down, the Turtle so low. Gebe actually rotated around the purple buff instead.
Slight miscommunication there. That's a good taunt. So Rizzo again 1v4ing and he finds a kill. So Rizzo and Nino out of the Land of Dawn, but that will be enough time for Ray to take the first nuke.
Definitely a blunder from Gebe.
Unstoppable force on towards Hijime, and the ejector connected as well. Ray will gladly take the extra gold.
You can't even see Mueza's HP. It was all dark. Oh my lord. Well played. Crazy calculation there. But Gebe, you gotta do better than that, man. He went all around. Way too safe, I would say, there for Gebe. Oh, all Alter Ego, though, here for the talent prediction. So the entire day, we have been in sync. Everyone except 2-1 Nevin.
And Goni for match 2. He went for Alter Ego instead of RQ. An outlier.
Geek fam.
Oh yeah, for Geek Fam, rather.
Same colors.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, back into the game. It seems like now, even audience prediction, Alter Ego 78%.
Wow.
I don't know. With the way that Alter Ego played that first turtle, I think there is still a chance for Dewa to pick up this first game in the series, depending as well on to maybe, right? If maybe can continue to farm, can continue to push into the lane without any hindrance from the side of Alter Ego, it may go according to Mr. Super Awat Solo Coach's plan.
So far, so good for Dewa. They can scale to the mid game. Again, with the Lunox, you do have to scale, but it's not as bad as it was before, especially with the Jawhead here, right? Before, you would need to scale up even more, but with the Jawhead, I'd say just with the passive of the new Jawhead, now that, you know, it kind of gets you a bit more damage when you have the smart missiles or when you deal damage to your opponents, Octa should have a faster time to reach a point where he can just one-shot people. Starlium for Gebe. Power Spike to note will be the Holy Crystal after the Starlium side. Second item for Mr. Gebe.
It's also important to note that both of these jungles are actually equal, both at level 8, so should be a 50-50 despite Ray being on the Suyo.
Oh, that's a crowd control. Party for Nino. He will be taken down there. Dewa 5v4, but Dream jumps in. Sorizo trying to provide cover as well as buying time for his team here. Dewa United, good reposition. Now it's going to be them in the turtle spit. Alter Ego though, denying to concede, seems like. Trying to find an angle here. Dreams with the conceal. Gebe failed to find the connection and Gebe very low. Backing away Dreams now. Going to fall. It's going to be Highs jumping in though. Taking a kill. Good knockup. That's going to be Octa. Taken down surely. Nino with the kill. That's going to be Highs here. With the Shadow Force in the mid lane. Maybe though. Will not burst Nino down just yet.
1-for-2 trade. Dewa pick up the turtle. All in all, I think that was quite messy from the side of Alter Ego. Dewa didn't have to linger that long. So the fact that Highs being able to get that kill will also help them in the grand scheme of things. Still sitting at 1-0-1. What did you... Oh, wait a second.
Raging
Maybe?
Sandstorm on towards Maybe. Whoa. Perfect timing on the flicker, but Mueza now is here to perhaps change the tides. Ejector on towards Dream, and there you go. 200 gold for Maybe.
This is really good and active by Dewa.
Yeah, really proactive there. But a lot of times they do overstay. That was one of the situations where they did overstay earlier to the turtle. Dewa should have identified that as well. They should play it more. Oh man, Purple Buff taken away by Ray. Great pathing by Ray so far in this game to keep that lead over Gebe for now. And you can see, actually, when it comes to gold, it's Gebe leading. Despite the steal on the Purple Buff, despite the 2 turtles taken by Ray.
And if we take a look at the items now. Oh wait, Mueza looking for an opportunity, doesn't find
Been destroyed.
it. There you go, BOD now secured in for Beatrix. So it's also a different build to Eman earlier on.
Yep. This is the standard build with Weapon Mastery and the QC. You want to go for the BOD and then the Milfic gun second. This is the standard. This is the normal one. What we saw from Eman is his build with the killing spree and pull yourself together. Oh, there you go.
Vector again on towards Dreams. Okay. Raging Sandstorm to deal with that problem, and he is okay. Now will Alter Ego look for another opening perhaps as the turtle is up. Seems like Dreams opening things up again. Moeza with the conceal. Looking for a connection. Doesn't really find it just yet though, as the turret bottom side should fall.
They should go for this, right? Ray is a level ahead. He's on the Suyo as well. Their resources are up aside from Moeza. But Alter Ego, they want to fight back. Hijime opens up first.
So there's right here, Pops. Ejector as well. Ray collecting the turtle. Perfect for Dewa. It's going to be Alter Ego now looking for a fight. Hijime wings by wings to safety. And Dewa will only catch Nino and the turtle.
Ray's retribution is ridiculous, man. He's won all the 50-50s. I have lost count. Oh, almost steals the Purple Buff too. 2,000 gold lead now for Dewa United and good spot. Nice one by Gebe there. Could have been deadly. Melfic gun now done for Maybe as well. Core power spike, BOD plus the Melfic gun. That range is going to be very troublesome for Alter Ego now as we get into the 8-minute mark. Mueza, anyone he ejects will die. It's Octa and Beatrix Maybe damage.
And there's nobody on the side of Alter Ego that went in for Purify too, so more opportunities for Mueza to find a proper pick-off. And now with Maybe at the power spike, it's going to be even more dangerous. What about Octa? How's he doing?
For Octa, oh, hold up. Vector on towards Nino, again, being the recipient of that annoying jawhead AOG information in Dewa. They will shift their gears to perhaps another opening. Good cancellation there. And Alter Ego, they're okay for now.
Yeah, so Octa, he's doing all right. I don't think he's like scaling too fast either. It's similar, very similar to Hijime. So he's just getting by right now. It's mainly Maybe who's been able to pick up those kills. 2-0-2. I wonder if he's gonna go Sky Piercer this game. Probably not. No, he's building towards. Is that a Wind of Nature? I don't think so. There's too much magic for a Wind of Nature. DHS? I think he might be going for a DHS there. Yeah. Sorizo, on the other hand, hold up again.
See, Dewa United here looking for another fight. It seems like for the past 3 minutes, Dewa United, they want to fight now. Dreams opening things up with the Raging Stance or Flicker. Dewa United re-engaging. That's going to be, isolated AOG again the second time. Defensively, that's a Flicker. Perfectly timed. Good feather airstrike. Mueza in trouble. Gebe secures the kill. Dreams, though, will fall as well. Both roamers now down and out as the Lord has spawned in the Land of Dawn.
It's definitely personal for Mueza, man. You can clearly see who he's targeting every single fight. It's always Hijume that he's after. He got a very good kill once, but now Lord bursted.
Blitz, man. So Rizzo flickers out to safety. Gebe looking for an angle there. Doesn't really find the connection. And Alter Ego, they need to restabilize. Feather air strike to perhaps give poke out damage as well. Dewa, good restabilization.
And by the way, that was a lot cleaner by Dewa too, right? They didn't overstay like they did in the first few neutral objectives. And now with 5 men up, wait a second, so Rizzo.
Wings by wing cancelled. It's gonna be now. Oh, good ejector on towards Gebe! The right person to give the ejector to. Good taunt though. So Rizzo very low. Wow. The damage will not be enough for Nino to handle. 2 members now taken down as Dewa United. They still have Lord to play around with.
Because remember, it's not just maybe that's getting to his power spike, but Octa's also dealing a fair amount of damage as well. I mean, technically, Sariza was so low, but the burst coming through from Octa was also a liability that Alter Ego couldn't capitalize over. And now with 2 members down, they should be able to push in all these shield turrets. There goes one. Okay, the airstrike opened up just to clear in the wave. So, Dewa United, how are they going to be able to secure this one?
No, again, sandbagging. The ejector connects to Dreams as well. Maybe securing the Mega. 5v3 now. Will they be able to find more? It seems like objectives here aren't clear. But they want the mid, it seems like, with the wave coming in. Hijume, no feather airstrike this time with the conceal. Now Mueza trying to zone out members, and they got the turret. Will they be greedy? That's the question. Bottom side looking very juicy. Feather airstrike now all popped. They will get the second phase turret in the game.
That's already huge value, right? Without Nino, without Dreams in the picture, sorry, Gebe in the picture, they get 2 inhibitor turrets. But unlucky for Dewa, it's on the side that the next Lord is going to be spawning. But Mirko, I have to ask the question, is it still a Hilda thing? Or is it a Nino overcommit?
I mean, this game, I think why pick Gatot against the Jawhead personally, right? I questioned it in the draft after they chose the Gatot Kacha, and I think it shows again. In any normal circumstance, I think he should be able to tank up the damage that most of the physical damage is coming out as well. Obviously, you can't expect the Lunox to come in the second phase. It's an unorthodox pick, but yeah, on top of that, the Jawhead. So I think another questionable pick here from Alter Ego that is going to, again, raise a lot of questions, because we already got a lot of questions yesterday against RRQ. Game 2, Game 3 drafts. A lot of people were already saying, what are these drafts for Alter Ego? I think it continues with the Khalid as well that I did not expect.
And not to make it worse, Octa has a Divine Glaive.
It's tough. Maybe has a Sea Halberd, so add that in too. Even more Blood Wings for Octa. Yeah, maybe is online fully right now. He can one-shot people. Full, oh, Chorizo. Radiant Armor, Oracle, and Athena Shield.
How do you kill this guy? Right, everything's time to back lanes, maybe. Again, take a look at the positioning of maybe. My goodness, he is unstoppable. And Dewa United now, they have eliminated 2 members of Alter Ego. Hijume and Heiser remaining. And that will be the green light to take the Lord.
Oh man, Alter Ego not finding anything in this game. That Rose Gold Meteor really came into clutch for maybe earlier on because he was jumped on like crazy. Luckily he was able to dash out, so he still will be a factor in this next siege. And they're already at the base.
Should be their final push, right? Flicker, feather, airstrike. Oh, Mueza jumping in towards Gebe. And maybe is there to just provide cover. Dewa still stands with 5. Mid will be their main priority right now in the back lanes. It's a mess, but the base to expose. And maybe Baby finds the turret. Ladies and gentlemen, they got game 1.
A 9,000 gold lead for Dewa United with the drafts. Oh, who's he pointing at?
The new coach, I believe, of Dewa that is not yet going to be able to help Watt on stage, but he's there in the back rooms.
So he's not alone anymore.
He's not solo anymore.
Finally, Mr. Watt gets what he wants. But a strong showing from Dewa United from that first game. Execution-wise, they never pulled off the gas on the pedal. They kept continuing, they kept answering back, they kept staying proactive on. Man.
Oh man, it's so good for the Alpha to go up against Hylos too, by the way, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, the
The
shred.
shred.
I don't like the Hilda, to be fair, but I think they can get away with... Wait. Mathilda mid?
Oh, you're right. Or
Mathilda, man, I think they're forcing this one.
Oh, this is a brawl game right here. Shoutouts to Onyx PH, right? Because I think Super Fritz was the first to start the Mathilda mid. It was SPS.
Alter Ego, what's there?
They need more comp control, no?
This is also a great deny against Nino, by the way.
Franco.
I mean, do you see the deny on Nino? That's a Franco pick to end things off, but they pick up Hilda, they pick up Phobius. That's 2 heroes denied. They ban Glue, they ban Khalid, 4. Then the Hylos gets picked up, forced to be XP. Nino is on a pick maybe he's not comfortable on. Dreams on a signature, I guess, with the Franco.
And technically, it does have synergy with the Luo Yi, right?
Yeah.
Insta burst, especially in the early portion of the game.
Mr. Press.
Joy can work into it. Granger can work into it. But I'm worried if they're overwhelming the Franco, who specializes in pickoff, what's to do?
Hilda mid. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be round 2. Potentially the final game of week 3. Before we head on to the break, so Land of Dawn, here we go. Will it be Dewa United taking the clean sweep, or will Alter Ego find their rhythm, equalize the series?
This could possibly be the final game to close things off, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like this drafting phase for Dewa has taken up a notch, right? What? Hilda in the mid lane. Is it right?
With a sprint.
Yep.
Octa, yeah, it's on Octa. And we were talking about him being a passive mid laner, but he's on a Hilda now, so he can't afford to be passive.
Yeah. I was shouting out Super Friends for the Mathilda mid. Turns out we gotta shout out Mr. Hodge from Twisted Minds for the Hilda mid. He tried this out. I think it was last season when he was still playing for Blacklist. All right, taking a look at it, Season Hunter, Thrill, and the Wilderness Blessing here for Octa. Season Hunter for Mr. Ray. Everything seems pretty normal. Dreams, though, pull yourself together, and the focusing mark. So really relying on that new patch with this Franco.
By the way, the clear speed has been okay, right? For Octa as well as Mueza together, they've been able to roam around very quickly. Look at this, though.
Mueza very low. Octa here, trying to provide cover. It's going to be the retribution, though, for Dewa. So Gebe, not level 4. Dreams now face checking. That's a mistake. Flicker. Ray has level 4, and he will drew first blood. Ladies and gentlemen, things are not looking good early here for the side of Dewa United. His highs will force to use that flicker early.
How did they do this overnight, right? I mean, Alter
Crazy.
Ego, very chaotic, very aggressive early game, but it feels like Dewa United are always one step ahead from the drafts, from the rotations. Now it looks like Dreams is looking to get some movement speed of his own with his choice of boots, but will it be enough?
Good airborne here, Dewa United again, applying pressure. Gebe now, level 4 though, has damage, so Rizzo will be taken off the board. That's a hook for Mueza. Nino though, isolated here in the back, and he is not level 4 just yet. The horse goes down. Alter Ego, they got 1, but they lost the Newt as well.
Full control of the neutral objective, full control of the enemy jungle as well. Ray doing a good job here, oppressing Alter Ego, but in the bottom lane, Gebe is, denied! Cerezo! Good rotation! What a selfless player, Octa! Okay.
He wants a new brand, man. Octa wants a new brand. He doesn't want to be known as the passive mid laner. Look at him go on to highs now.
Now no flicker, still 4 highs, not level 4 even. He goes down first time here in game 2. Dreams misses the Iron Hook. And that is just Dewa. Minute 3, already 2,000 gold, almost.
It's been 3 minutes. It's in 3 minutes and they're getting everything off the board. It's a wonder in the drafting phase why they went for the Hayabusa last ban instead of this Alpha ban. This Ray is everywhere on the map, additional movement speed from Weza as well. It's so chaotic in this early stage. What's Alter Ego's winning condition at this point?
I mean, waiting for the late game, it has to be and looking for these angles of attack.
Misses the flicker. Iron Hunt, Bloody Hunt.
I mean, we were talking about this being his comfort pick. So, I guess not playing it for a while has hurt. There's definitely some rust there for Dreams. And I was about to say the angles of attack to find a pick off for Alter Ego could be an angle, but now for another 80 seconds it won't be.
Ray level 8 right now, Gebe level 5. He's 3 levels below. There's no way Alter Ego can contest this.
This is definitely not what Alter Ego wants here. Second neutral objective, nothing to play for. Bottom side maybe, but that's already a flicker already spent, so no surprise. But there you go. There's the suppression on towards Octa. The Hilda. Gebe claims the kill. So there's actually a consolation prize there. The turtle. Oh. See here with the teleportation on towards the orange. Gebe claims it. No, he doesn't find it now with a high loss, glorious pathway. Good hook, Ray trying to survive desperately, but that's a lot of damage that he is receiving. Dreams will secure that kill.
They get some great moves there with the diversion. Shout out to Hijume for being able to facilitate that, but it is still a trade down below, and there's no shutdown.
You know, overextending, no glorious pathway. What are you doing? He goes down. Perhaps he wants to provide vision, but that was not necessary. 2K gold lead still for Dewa.
Still very similar plays coming in from Nino. Gebe was looking for some compensation, I think, in the top side to get that tower, but unfortunately still was not also able to get it. Octa being oppressive as usual, and it's still them holding on to this gold lead and holding on to this pressure. They're going to be focusing onto this top tier turret. Meanwhile, Dreams doesn't land the hook, so that's going to be a few seconds that Dewa United can actually maneuver without the haunting of the hook coming in from Dreams.
Now it's just Dewa really controlling every side of the map. It's very difficult, by the way, to get a hook here. There's so many dashes. On top of that, the guiding wind too. Another dash to handle. Oh, a legend.
I wonder what Sally Boy thinks of this. MPL ID X streamer, it's Sally Boy, ladies and gentlemen. A face that we haven't seen in quite some time. It's really good to see him. So if you guys want a perspective from the Sally Boy X Alter Ego, he's been with Alter Ego for a long time, right?
Yeah, I forgot what season he joined. I think it was before I started casting season 4. Is this season 4?
He was in the grand finals for season 6, but now it's going to be again Dewa United here trying to find and poke Alter Ego here, looking for an angle. It's going to be the Newt. That's going to be their main priority.
Oh, Weza.
I think this is the right call. That's a good suppression though on towards Octa. The damage will come through, and that's going to be Octa going down. The bottom side, Gebe very low, and Alter Ego here. Perhaps he might find something more. Dewa United looking to stabilize here in the turtle spit. Nino looking to stun Mueza down, but that is still Ray with the retribution. In the mid lane though, it will be cleared. So A-okay at the end of the day.
Perfect turtle. Ray was levels above of Gebe. Either or, if Gebe was able to get that, then that would have been very surprising. And this is not a normal alpha ahead, it's a retribution alpha ahead. So perfect turtle for Dewa, still holding on to the gold lead, looking for some compensation from the side of Alter Ego, but they don't necessarily get it. But Hijume will still be a lingering threat that they need to think about. Nino again.
Good opening, glorious pathway defensively, good knockup. But that's gonna be will that be enough damage? Will there be enough damage? The answer is not yet. Alter Ego still stands with 5. Bottom side, good push. I don't think the inner there will survive, and Dewa United, their lead, that was 3K, now down to 2.
We have a game fact by GoPay. Wait a second.
That's a hook, that's a suppression. That's gonna be Octa going down the third time this game. And Alter Ego slowly but surely, they're crawling back up. Gebe looking for a kill. Is this the right call? So he just wants to clear and he will get it.
We saw the game fact earlier, as this marks the debut pick of the Hilda in the mid lane. Ladies and gentlemen, game fact by GoPay, because it was previously only played as an EXP laner or a roamer. So it's first in history for MPL ID.
Yep. And now Dewa, yeah, the gold lane has actually shrunk by quite a bit, and it's because I think Octa has just been picked off here because of Dream's great hooks here, as he is able to adapt. Earlier, he was missing a lot of these hooks, but guys, this is the new skin that we were talking about, the new Legend skin. You can see the effects. It's pretty good, man. I can't wait to get some more games on this.
Insane. But if you really think about it, I think it's better that they hooked Octa. Well, you can argue Moeza, but not the rest of the team.
Yeah. And I think they're also just waiting for Maybe to get online right now. He's on the way to the Holy Crystal. Once he gets the Holy Crystal, then Dewa will have a way to actually completely take over the team fights. Right now, just with the XP lead alone, they should be good to secure Lords. Again.
Oh, that's a suppression. Another one on towards Octa. Now Rado jumps in. Quickly go back away. Now Gebe looking for an angle. Puts back line. Will it be enough? Now it's going to be Moeza deleted. Take a look at Alter Ego. Take a look at the positioning and the adaptation. Highs grabs a kill. 3 members now from Dewa United. They're down.
Yeah, it feels like they've reached equilibrium, right? Dewa United find the strong moments in the early portion of the game, but Alter Ego are also now catching up in terms of the damage. So despite how tanky they are as fighters, it looks like Alter Ego have built enough items to be able to withstand and also penetrate the frontliners from Dewa United, and Octa keeps getting punished for it.
Uh-oh, Dreams. Oh, take a look at the damage, yeah? That's a warning. All right, hey, Dreams, if you overextend, you will be punished.
Now the Holy Crystal comes into play for Maybe.
Yeah, I think they have also just been playing into Alter Ego's game a lot here. Despite their gold lead, it's always been the fight in Alter Ego's favor, because Alter Ego has always been able to, you know, start the fight on their terms. Everybody's so grouped up for Moeza to get so much damage done, but for Gebe as well. Take a look at Hijume's damage here. The yin-yang reaction, I think, hit 3 times on Cerezo. Ultimately ended up dying there. Lost too much HP before he could retaliate. And again, Octa, the first 3 times maybe it's okay. The 4th time here, oh, luckily that wasn't the 5th. They cannot let Dreams get these pickoffs, because for Dewa, they want to split Alter Ego's composition up. This Hilda is supposed to kind of cut the front to back, with Hize and Hijume being zoned by Octa in the midst of the fight, while Dewa just deal with the rest.
See here, Gebe going head-to-head for 2 members. Octa very low as well. That's a good cover. Seems like Alter Ego, they will back away from that purple. Dewa United, not in our jungle.
Yeah, they're still able to get it. Oh, Dryzern though.
A 3-man version. But they will be quick to concede that position. Too risky. The hook doesn't land now. It seems like Alter Ego, they will back away first. Will they re-engage? It all depends. They have no glorious pathway though, but they have Flicker and Bloody Hunt.
So first neutral objective by Gebe in this game, in the series so far, it's the Lord. Have to get in the fight. Ray.
Good Spear of Alpha to maneuver away out of danger. Now it's going to be Alter Ego just also guiding away first. Dewa United and Alter Ego playing it very slow with just 1K difference.
But Alter Ego, they needed to just wait for the late game. We were talking about that. The win condition for Alter Ego, wait for late. That's when Gebe can get online, Hize as well. And if we take a look at the items here for Hize, he does have all of the items that... Oh, he actually didn't go for the Sky Piercer, so knowing this is just going to be a lot of brawls and it's going to be very tough for him to even get the executes because of the Mathilda, he's gone for Hunter Strike, Sea Halberd, Melphic Roar. It's all about dealing damage, not about executing the targets, but now he's building towards the Sky Piercer. Octa Gets away.
For Nocta again, that might be a mistake. Oh my goodness, the backside of Sorizo is zoning away highs. Good flicker, but that's going to be Nino isolated. Good suppression on towards one member there. But Octa now will not be able to survive. Surely 1 for 1, 2 for 1. That's going to be Gebe though, dealing enough damage towards Maybe, and he will find the kill and the shutdown. Diversion again, and this might be the sneak attack that they wanted. Ray caught off guard. Moeza now very low highs has the killing spree. Ray left man standing here. As Hijume and highs, they will take the turret. Will they be greedy now? No. Seems like they will reposition towards the Lord.
Oh man, 3 waves are crashing here, but Alter Ego, they're playing it disciplined, right? They're going for the Lord instead. And to make things all worse, if the damage was unbearable for Dewa, Hijume now has a Divine Glaive to boot. So that's another layer that Dewa United needs to consider when they go in for these team fights.
They have no way to shred Nino right now, because maybe instead of the Divine Glaive has gone for concentrated energy as his 4th item. So the Radiant Armor of Nino is enough to really deal with the magic damage, the only damage threat, by the way, in the late game of Maybe. So I'd say it's kind of greedy to go for the concentrated energy in here when clearly they need a bit more penetration to deal with Alter Ego's frontline. You saw Nino tank up everything, and remember, you can't really rely on Ray at this point of the game to deal with the frontline because he only has the War Axe. That's about it. Nino has revitalized, so he can keep Ray at bay for such a long time. And by the way, that fight was already good for Dewa. Like, those are the win conditions of Dewa. Split up the back from the front, try to isolate, and then deal with Alter Ego. But again, they just couldn't get past the front line because maybe went for concentrated energy.
Here, 6,000 gold difference. Will it be enough to close the series and take us to game 3? Lord, taken care of. But now the base turret in the bottom side here. Juicy target for Alter Ego! That's the hook and the hunt. Landing on towards Octa again. The King's DNA this time is taken down 6 times already. And Alter Ego, they apply more pressure. Nino very low. That's a hook again on towards Sorizo though. Highs is doing damage. Good, glorious pathway here on towards the formations of Dewa United. Now the base not exposed just yet. Highs collects a BOD, so that's extra firepower for Alter Ego. Now will they force this mid wave? Octa will be up in 4. I don't think so. Alter Ego, they need to back away.
There's still 2 waves that are crashing, but I don't think they're gonna completely go for this unless Hijume goes for a cheeky diversion play. Technically, it is up. I don't know what the decision is, but it looks like they are gonna be backing away instead. So Dewa United lose all 3 inhibitor turrets. Octa once again opening up the vision. This is a diversion play. Oh, Solo just to reposition himself. There's nobody to land that hook, but these hooks, being able to take the members from Dewa United by one has been a problem, despite it going onto the hands of Octa. Being -1 in terms of these team fights has been a challenge. But yes, Divine Glaive.
That should be the power spike. It's very, very late because he's decided to go for concentrated energy, but now they should be able to shred the front line. Should. Thing is, they only have 1 guy dealing damage. This is why the Hilda we didn't really expect the Hilda to go mid. We thought maybe it was Rome, and then the Mathilda went mid, so they have a little bit more damage. But even then, I think they would lack damage. They banked hard on just winning out early game with a 6k gold lead, I think, to end the game before this timing, but it obviously didn't work. And now, their late game insurance is just Harith damage. If Harith... Oh, there you go.
Suppression. Oh no, Octa goes down again. Now Dreams now is winner crowning and flickers out of danger. Great timing. Now they want to re-engage with Gebe in the mix as well. Now will it be enough? It will find Sorizo. Maybe now in trouble. Winner crown. Immortality bot. Ray goes down and Gebe will fall as well. That's a shutdown, but that's still 3 members off the board for Dewa United.
Yeah, but that also means that maybe has done enough in order for Alter Ego to step away from the Lord. Right? That's best case scenario right now for Dewa.
And Ray got the kill on high somehow. He was all alone against 3 members, yet he was able... Oh, nice take by Dreams.
Oh my goodness.
No purple buff.
Nope. That could have been that could have been big. Again, having the Harabeth on the purple buff in the late game is very, very good. But good deny from Dreams there. Now the Oracle. Selling the boots for the Oracle. Yeah, Alter Ego couldn't go for the Lord because Highs got picked off as well. Had Highs survived, I think they should have still been able to get the Lord. It was 4v2. But now the Harabeth's online. You saw that damage. The Divine Glaive was all he needed to finally be able to, at least when he has the Saman Force, match Alter Ego's pressure.
But still, Gebe is a problem for Maybe.
Yeah.
A big, big problem. I don't know how and who is supposed to deal with Gebe, but he waits long enough to be able to pressure Maybe in the back line.
Octa though, getting very low and taken down. 5v4, good suppression. That's gonna be Ray out of the board. Now it's gonna be Maybe now being the main priority as Highs flickers forward. Finds Mueza. And ladies and gentlemen, Alter Ego, they dismantle Dewa United to force this series on towards a game 3. Phobius recalling, but what can Sorizo do? Another suppression on the board, and Alter Ego there with 5, and the base will go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the third time today, we are going to game numero 3.
Crazy. Crazy indeed. Folks, we got a full 9-game day for MPL ID's last day of week 3, right before the break to week 4. Right before the 3-week break. We couldn't have asked for something better than this, man. 1-1 again for the 3rd time today. Alter Ego forcing it to match point for both. Equalizer. Despite the Alpha Mathilda, they, I think, put in too many of their marbles, all their marbles on the early game with the Hilda mid. That, sorry to say, didn't really do anything here. At least once we got to mid-game. We would expect the Hilda impact to be still okay in the mid-game, but once we got to mid-game, it was just tough, man. 1-8 performance for Octa here. Yikes, Alter Ego. Dreams, though, on the signature pick. The Franco. If all else fails, pick Franco for Dreams.
We saw a little bit of rust at the start. He flickered in, missed the suppression.
Yeah.
So the pickoff onto Maybe didn't happen. But after that, the hooks were landing, and it turns out the hooks onto Octa was enough. So at the end of the day, the composition worked out for itself, right? With the Matilda guiding win, everybody would be grouping up together. And then there would also be the combination between the Hylos and the Franco, so the stun into the hook. Or if that fails, you have the Luo Yi to capitalize over everyone, corralling.
Yeah, I think
Like the Gapatrom into the Jawhead.
they can go Gatot Hylos, but the Hylos and Gatot will be questionable against the Jawhead. Oh, they go Cho and the Veil. Cho is a good pick here. Should be Rome for Dreams. We've only seen it once. Dewa, last pick. I think the Hylos works to tank up.
The only person who's picked up the Veil is Moreno, right?
Yes, and they won on it?
I don't remember the result.
I believe they won on it. Alright, let's see here.
That's a lot of crowd control, though.
Yeah, a lot of crowd control. Against the Haya, it's a great pick.
4 out of 5 heroes that were picked up by Alter Ego can technically crowd control.
And maybe should be forced on a Purify this time. Should. Overall, what do you guys think about the drafts? Final game.
Wow. I think it's quite even, honestly. It's just execution.
Yeah.
First 5 minutes should be crucial.
I think so too. First 5 minutes is going to be crucial. Wow. Yeah, I think this is going to be a 50-50 for Dewa against Alter Ego. But personally for me, I would give a little bit over to Dewa with their draft. It does look like they have more ways to force out the early skirmishes with the Jawhead and the Haya Harem.
It looks like the lineup rating favors Dewa as well. So this is the moment that we've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, the final game of week number 3. Can Alter Ego claim number 2 despite losing a game over to Dewa earlier on? A reverse sweep. Is it possible, or can Dewa close this out and reclaim what is rightfully theirs?
Nino is the one on Cho. That definitely changes things here. Okay. So yeah, the Gatot will, because the Cho has been a way to actually deal with the Jawhead, right? You can open up and use the Shanpu to escape from the ejector, but for the Gatot, once you get lifted, you revitalize. You try to deal damage to sustain. Yeah, I think because of that, I'm gonna have to go even more Dewa now. Pull yourself together. Nothing too crazy for the emblems here. Tenacity plus firmness for Gatot.
Meanwhile, so no killing spree as well, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still Warcry, no killing spree. It does work better, I'd say, for the Hayabusa for now. Because when you go killing spree, you want more mobility, right? Mobility, and right after the kill, you want that. It's the movement speed, but with the Warcry, you deal more damage.
And so that's what they're going to be prioritizing. Ray already rotating towards the top side of the map. Moeza quick to follow. Nino and Sorizo dealing out the damage with one another as we take a look at the audience prediction. 73% by GoPay. Only 27% for Dewa, so still a similar prediction for Alter Ego. And it's a slow start to the game. I think we're going to be waiting on a lot of action, especially when we hit that level 4 power spike for Moeza, for Hijume as well, even for Dreams, and Nino too.
That's an opening ejector on towards Rin. Now with the Shadow Kill, it won't be enough with the Revitalize in hand. Alter Ego, they will shift their focus now on towards the Turtle as Dewa. They're low. I mean, especially Ray, right? That's half HP, so I don't think they can contest this first newt.
He's also a level below right now. Nino looking for something, doesn't quite get it, still able to get out with the Quad Shadow. So yes, that will be an uncontested first turtle for Rin, for Alter Ego.
Okay. Octa. Nino.
Wave Dragon Flicker on towards Hijume, towards Moeza. It's gonna be Ray though, taunted with AOG connecting, and Rin will take him down. That's 2 members off the board. Alter Ego picking up the pace. Oh, they go. That's a fist crack on towards Rin. He's able to juke away the taunt, and Hines will pick up the gold. And that's just Alter Ego leading here, almost 2K.
That's amazing for Alter Ego. An amazing start to the game. It's great moves from Moeza individually, right? Getting the ejector earlier as well. Nino.
Being aggressive way up Dragon again. This time with Rin in the area. He will pick up the gold again. Alter Ego. What the heck?
Instant impact. You can see the pace of the game for Alter Ego with Rin in the lineup. It's crazy. It really is. Like, he's always at the right place at the right time for Alter Ego. Wow, instant dominance here.
Oh, look at the damage over to Octa as well. That's gonna force a recall now for Octa. What is this item so far? It's only just the boots and he's already dealing that much damage on Hijume.
It's the cooldown boots for Mr. Rin. And again, Moeza.
On towards Rin though, good dodge there. Calm and collected. But that should be enough for Derwatu to shield the enemies on towards their jungles.
So this was the chaos that we were expecting from game number 1, right? Which is why maybe a lot of the casters were also voting a 2-0 for Alter Ego. Meanwhile, Nino on this Cho has also had a better impact than he has in the past few games when he was on something more passive like the Hilda. He's been able to open up moments for his team, give Rin more kills. He's at 301 KDA right now, level 8, compared to Ray, who just hit level 7.
There you go, free again. They're going for the fight.
Let's see here, good Purify, but that's going to be Moeza flickering away. Will he go home safely? Alter Ego still around the area, applying pressure, but Dewa United, luckily, they will not lose any member this time.
If they wanted to brawl like this, I really feel like they should have gone for the Lunox, right? Against the kill squad, like we expected. Haya, Lunox with the Hereth, but in the end, they went for the Sicilian, and you can see that, I mean, in the early game, it's not as impactful as an instant like Jawhead Ejector plus Smart Missile to the single target damage of Lunox, as we've seen in game 1. Sorizo.
Good way of Dragon. Oh, Rin, wait for the right calculation, and that will be more than enough damage to take Sorizo down. In the bottom side though, they are looking for a cross-map play. Dreams now Still able to clear. Great calculations.
Yeah, there's not enough damage for them to take Dreams right now. Ooh, that was close. Seems like he was still able to get to the recall. Nino again on Octa.
Yeah, that's a knock-up. Octa is low and Nino will do its job. That's a kill on towards the Sicilian. That's damage on towards Ray. Rin 2v1. Will Rin escape this time? Calm, collected, but this time Rin almost taken down. But he made the great escape.
That was a 1v3 situation. Other people would have panicked maybe, but even with a shadow kill as well, he waited around the buff to make sure that the damage would be placed on multiple members instead of him alone. So these small calculations by Rin, amazing stuff.
Unfortunately, Gabby, I think you're gonna have to say goodbye to some playtime, man. This guy's just too darn good. Rin, what the heck? 4-0-1. That instant impact. The early game is all alter ego here. It's something that we haven't seen in game 1, game 2. Full control.
And he makes it look so effortless. Moisenel potentially isolated. Good angle there. He finds a angle to get back to safety. 4 members on the bottom side. Alter ego committing bodies as well. AOG. Well, my goodness, good taunt with the help of Hijume, who claims the double with the windstorm. Rin looking for an angle, but that will be them not being greedy.
What was that damage? Was that Hijume?
Yes, that was Hijume with the... Oh, another... Okay, Nino, I thought he was going to go in there. He does have the flicker. All right. Damn, this alter ego aggression with Rin is crazy. It almost seems like a different team. We haven't been watching alter ego game 1, game 2.
It's weird.
He enables everyone else too to just be this aggressive. Holy moly, look at this lead on Ray, 3 levels ahead.
Oh, look at that.
Definition of dominance now 1v3. Rin finds an escape. Will Ray find the escape? No. Dreams denies it though. Hijume is going to be picked off. First kill on the board for Dewa United here, minute number 7.
Yeah, that's a 1-for-1 trade, but Ray's not on the board for Dewa, so Rin should be able to get this purple buff away from Hayabusa. That's gonna hurt. Meanwhile, Hayes gets some damage onto the bottom turret rather, gonna take it away for himself. And I agree with you. I agree with that notion, right? Alter ego, this was the alter ego that we were expecting, and they need to maintain this tempo because again, Dewa United committed with the Sicilian. It's a safety net into the late game. So if alter ego can't maintain this tempo, if they make mistakes, if they allow Dewa United to prolong this into the late game, Dewa still have a winning condition to fall back on.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, they can play for late game, but it's a 9,000 goal lead. It's way easier said than done here. The Lord isn't as forgiving as it was in the previous patch too. All the way from Lord 1, it charges, and they've already dealt with a few of the tier 2s. They're gonna get another free tier 2 up top. There you go. It's gonna charge up top, and I think Alter Ego will spare no expense. They will probably just dive Dewa right as they get... Oh, look at this. They're gonna proc the Holy Defense. They might just be able to get the base turret. Yeah, no Holy Defense. That Lord is gonna spawn up top.
BOD for Rin as well. That's more damage.
What? That's a solo by Hijume! And maybe he popped the Purify, but it wasn't enough.
Oh no!
Maybe he'll live, maybe he'll just get Windstorm. That was disgusting from Hijume. One combo and maybe disappeared. I think it's fair to call it off.
I mean, but he does spawn in 2 seconds, right? Luckily the timers are still forgiving enough for him to come back, but what is that damage already? And he's not even full item yet.
Hijume has the flicker. Expect Hijume flicker forward. Kind of play, and there you go. Octa goes down with the Lord still a very much healthy Alter Ego. Looking to close the series. Dewa, will they be able to defend? Moisa goes down. Base 2 exposed, ladies and gentlemen. It is all over. Alter Ego takes the series 2-1.
Reverse sweeping Dewa United Esports. Rin getting swapped in for Gebe and 9 minutes. 9 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. What an impact.
Wow, just wow. Getting subbed in, I'd say he just got subbed in. He played 1 game in this match. I think he deserves player of the match. That was a less than 10-minute game with what is this kid made of? His first season in MPL. Wow, just wow. I have no words. The instant impact. The aura he has in the game too. 1v3 against the trio that gave Alter Ego so many problems in game 1, game 2 even. They were nothing to Rin. Rin, the hot-blooded jungler. Let's take a look at this one more time.
That was so
man,
good,
that
by the way.
playmaker, man. Flicker, forward, Octa, picked off.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh man, Octa instantly disappeared. And then after that, it was just GG by then, right? Hijume still gonna be able to knock it up. To close it out, a triple kill for Ghani's GOAT. Let's talk to Alter Ego. I bet they feel really, really good about this outcome.
Dan Alter Champs langsung heboh dengan kemenangan 2-1. Dan tiba-tiba memang Bude kaget. Ini GB tiba-tiba berubah jadi Rine. Di mana? Kamu kemanain GB?
Dia lagi kebelet berak sih tadi.
Oh, di sini Rine muncul di game yang ketiga. Jadi untuk menghentikan, Rine dari GB-nya dikunciin di WC.
Ya.
Iya, tapi apakah memang di sini Rine muncul untuk melawan Dewa di game ketiga? Udah ada plan dari sebelum match berlangsung atau mendadak?
Mendadak sih, soalnya kan emang kalau kebelet gak bisa ditahan, jadi gitu.
Serius?
Ya.
Berarti kamu sebenarnya nggak dipersiapkan untuk main hari ini?
Enggak, GB-nya lagi kebelet, serius.
Oh, oke. Tapi menarik di mana Rine muncul untuk melawan Dewa. Udah pikir Rine tugasnya yang atas-atas.
Enggak sih, emang gimana ya? Tadi aku udah nggak mau main, terus tiba-tiba GB-nya bilang, aku kebelet, bisa nggak
Ya
kamu main?
ampun. Oke, dan Rine langsung gas. Tapi menghadapi Dewa yang sebenarnya posisinya tuh berada di tengah-tengah. Gimana Rine ngelihat hari ini main 1 game doang udah menang?
Enggak, gimana sih? Ya udah main aja.
Cepet banget loh tadi. Set.
Ya udah.
Sebelum game mulai, kamu ngomong apa sama temen-temenmu? Guys, kita main cepet ya, atau ada sesuatu kah?
Ngomong paling ya udah main aja, gua main gitu.
Udah sesimpel itu, Rinelo ini memang beda. Tapi kita bakal lebih serius nih dengan Nino.
Halo Bude.
Halo Nino. Banyak yang bilang pets akan menjadi masalah bagi Alter Ego. Menurut Nino sendiri, pets di kemarin itu ada dampaknya nggak buat Alter Ego?
Nggak ada dampaknya sih. Emang kita kemarin kalah lawan RRQ tuh emang RRQ lebih bagus aja mainnya dibanding kita.
Oh, oke. Jadi bukan masalah patch. Jadi kalian udah beradaptasi nih dengan patch?
Bisa dibilang udah. Walaupun itu sedikit, yang penting ada progres aja sih Bude.
Yang penting ada, yang penting yakin.
Iya.
Udah
bener.
dapet.
Iya.
Hasil 2-1 ini, kalau dari Nino sendiri kemenangan hari ini, apa nih yang membuat jadi kuncinya?
Kuncinya apa ya? Yang nggak usah dipikirin kekalahan kemarin sih, kita hidup buat masa depan bukan buat masa lalu gitu. Jadi ya udah.
Ya udah, sebelum match mulai, apa yang kamu katakan kepada timmu untuk menutup minggu ketiga, match kalian juga?
Oh, menangin match lawan Dewa aja sih biar liburannya enak.
Biar liburannya enak.
Iya, soalnya nih kalau MPL kalah liburannya tuh kepikiran Budi, kurang enak.
Tapi sekarang jadi lebih tenang.
Ya, alhamdulillah lebih tenang.
Lebih tenang, lebih nyaman. Tapi kayaknya tadi yang lebih tenang dan nyaman Dreams yang pakai Franco-nya muncul.
Dreams ya? Oh iya.
Iya, Dreams, kamu hero signature-mu kamu keluarin tadi di game kedua. Apakah itu pertanda bahwa ini harus kita menangin, jadi Franco-ku harus keluar?
Lagi pusing Bude. Lagi pusing main Franco dah.
Oh gitu, game pertama cukup membuatmu pusing?
Ya,
Kenapa tuh game pertama sampai kewalahan dan akhirnya tumbang?
ada mistik-mistik kecil lah.
Ada mistik-mistik kecil. Dan dengan Francomu terbuka sudah pikiranmu, nggak pusing lagi?
Ya,
Dan bagaimana sih caramu untuk bisa menjaga pergerakan dari tim Alter Ego di dalam patch yang baru ini?
ya dari ranked sih main bareng terus kayak ngulik juga.
Mengulik-ngulik, itu kunci dari...
Ya,
Ini pada belajar pet semua nggak, Dreams? Kasih tahu dong. Ini pada belajar pet semua atau tugas Dreams doang nih? Pada belajar patch nggak?
ada belajar patch gak? Belajar Bude, belajar.
Udah ada yang tutup-tutup sih, udah ada yang tutupan-tutupan sih. Rina juga, emang ada patch ya? Rina tahu nggak ada patch kemarin?
Emang ya?
Ada Rina.
Oh, ya udah aku soalnya jarang baca Bude.
Tugas Dreams berarti.
Tugas Bang Kenny.
Tugas Bang Kenny. Saber, tugasmu banyak ternyata ya. Memang pada sabar di sini para coach. Tapi tadi juga kita ngeliat bahwa yang terjadi banyak banget hal yang menarik khususnya di mid laner. Ada Hijume. Hijume, kamu harus melawan mid laner yang cukup versatile dengan hero-hero uniknya. Kamu bertemu dengan Hilda mid lane. Lalu ada Lunox mid lane. Gimana Hijume, kamu harus melawan mid lane seperti Okta yang hero-nya tuh unik-unik banget. Iya,
Nggak tahu sih Bude, kayaknya sama aja deh sama yang kemarin-kemarin.
sama aja.
Iya.
Hero-hero unik itu nggak membuatmu terusik?
Nggak tahu sih, nggak pusing sih aku.
Nggak pusing? Tapi kamu muncul dengan fail, apakah kamu juga kepengen, aku juga punya hero unik nih.
Iya kayak gitu tadi. Sama di PDN aja sih Bude, sama teman.
Oh iya?
Ya.
Siapa yang ngepedein kamu tuh?
Posa.
Oh, Hais yang ngasih semangat. Kamu sekarang menjadi pemberi semangat anak-anak Alter Ego.
Oh iya, jelas.
Wow. Mereka butuh dikasih semangat.
Iya, soalnya saya kan juga core, jadi saya harus semangatin teman-teman aku juga.
Oh, gimana tuh cara kamu semangatin anak-anak Alter Ego yang kayaknya memang kalau main semangat banget sih?
Ada lah, itu trik khusus tidak boleh dikasih tahu.
No, rahasia. Oke. Tapi Hai sendiri,
Iya.
akan ada break 3 minggu untuk tim Alter Ego. Sekarang posisinya kalian bisa dibilang menang ada di tengah-tengah, cukup nyaman. Dan apa yang mungkin direncanakan oleh Hayes dan juga Alter Ego?
Yang direncanakan pasti liburan dulu ya. Terus abis itu kita gas lagi sih kayak biasa. Semoga kita bisa ke top 1-2 lagi.
Top 1?
Ya, semoga. Harapan aja.
Harapan Alter Ego akan mengukir sejarah. Itu yang dinantikan?
Amin.
Nino, kenapa kamu melongo?
Kaget aja.
Loh,
Takut dengar itu.
Loh.
Takut banget. Soalnya Bude nih yang sebelumnya tuh komsnya tuh kita bisa menang, Cok. Ternyata nggak menang, Bre.